and dreaming. We all are. Well, those of us that are but not woke. Awake but not woke. Hey Moose, good morning. So here's what's going on. This is one of my. It's not really insomnia stream because this is my morning. I go into work in a few hours. So I'm going to talk a little bit and then I'll drop a link. But what I want to talk about is this game. Because the more I start to get into it, I'm very, very, very inspired by it. And when I get that kind of inspiration, I have to work in the heat of the moment with it. So I've been putting a lot of my time into this this game. I'm going to make a character probably on Thursday. And hopefully that'll spark a game going. So I want to introduce the game today and give some of the background because the more I'm getting into it, it's uncanny how much it maps onto YouTube and the Panelverse and the way we live our lives here. So I think it's going to be fun. There's going to be another game too going on soon that we're going to roll out. We're looking for collaborators. I have a collaborator right now, and we're going to try to do this thing. It's going to be a panel game. It's going to be one we create. There's going to be panel people in it. Like you'll have a version of yourself in the game if you want. Hello, 12th House. You too. You as well. As much love as I have in me. I can't promise how much that is. I haven't checked the bank account lately. It's been pretty empty for a while, both metaphorically and actually, but we're trying to change that. And it's going to have some kind of audience interaction element where you can super chat or Cash App or something. There'll be a menu, and you can affect the game and determine some of what happens in the game. So look for those two things happening here and any other creative ideas you want to bring. I want to be a incubator, a production studio, a multimedia company that churns out experiences, activities, tools for growth, whatever. But this is like a workshop, a laboratory and a workshop. We're mixing it up, we're building it, and these are two things we're currently building. If you want to build other things, bring them here, see how we can help you. We want to turn this into something. And it's all like it doesn't have to lead to personal growth, but that's the ultimate goal of what I'm doing. It just can't interfere with personal growth. Oh, excuse me. So let me read a little bit about the game. Listen to this, y'all. It's everything we've been talking about on here. Have you ever had the feeling that your dreams were more than your brain clearing detritus at the end of a long day? The feeling that imagination was really tapping into something great and powerful? Then you've got an idea of the dreaming, a world of hope, fear, fantasy, beauty, terror, where dreams are reality. It's called the dreaming because that's the closest a person can come to truly understanding it. It doesn't make sense. There's no internal logic. Anything can change in a heartbeat, but when you're there, it feels more real than anything you've ever experienced, just like dreams. The dreaming is in a symbiotic relationship with what we'd consider the real world. Humanity's imagination gives power to the dreaming, and in turn, the dreaming inspires humanity toward great things. I hope you're catching that in that paragraph that the dreaming is an analogy for our lives here on YouTube, which are very much driven by the imagination, because nothing physical is actually happening here. And so the game is about these fairy creatures that had to take on mortal bodies for survival. And so they have a mortal persona just like you and I, and at some point they awaken to the knowledge of their fairy nature and the fairy world, which is the world of the dreaming, the world of the imagination. Fairies are creatures of the imagination and creativity. And suddenly they find themselves in these two worlds, like having to live a normal life, but having to live this life in the dreaming as well. And that's exactly what we do here on YouTube. We've talked about it so many times. Fairies are also dual nature. They have the dark and the light. Sometimes their dark fairy side takes over and they get the impulse to do evil or mischievous or disruptive things. And so we have that here. We have that duality. We see dark and light from most people here. And the imagination of dreaming and envisioning better. In fact, I want to read this other paragraph. Listen to this, y'all. I could have probably written this. Everyone dreams. Everyone looks at the world and thinks about how it could be better. Whether you've watched the news and wish crooked cops weren't so untouchable, or you wished you were riding a griffin into battle to save your loved one, everyone imagines a better world. Changing the world starts with dreams, with imagining something better, something more. Imagining something that's not as miserable as what really exists. Or imagining something amazing, almost entirely divorced from reality, gladdens the heart and makes the world a little bit better, even if only for a little while. The world tries to pound away at those dreams and replace them with boring, banal reality. Someone that dreams too big, as if there was such a thing, hears that they need to focus on what's real and not their fantasies. It's just as dangerous, though, to dream too little. The world isn't a drab mire of darkness and misery. It has hope and love and all the other things that the best dreams are made of. It's just a matter of finding it. It says, changing the dreaming is about adventure, romanticism, discovery, dreams, and imagination. It is also about a cynical world that crushes down all good things for the sake of soulless, uniform banality. It's a game about those two concepts colliding. How do you keep your dreams alive, your passion, your inspiration in the face of a world that's increasingly becoming less and less interested in that and just wants this drab, mundane, normal life? So that's kind of the concept behind it. And I'm going to create a character. They have different types of fairies. They're called kiths. And so you pick a kith that it's kind of like a character class or a race. And one of the kiths are the satyrs. In fact, I want to read about them. Let me just find them. And each type of fairy is born of a certain type of dream, because fairies are creatures, they're created when humanity dreams and imagines. And then the fairies in turn continue to inspire those dreams because that's where they get their power and the energy. So it's kind of this symbiotic relationship where the human's dreams create the fairy, and then the fairy's inspiration feeds the human dream and keeps it continuing. And the satyrs are born from sex dreams, lust, fantasy, erotic fantasy, all of your kinky things you imagine in your head that you don't tell anybody and probably will never act out. Those create the satyrs. And so I'm going to do a satyr character. There's kind of a couple of ways to approach character creation, or just get these games in general. And one is to just draw on your real life and translate it into game terms. And that's what I'm better at. I use the game as kind of like an overlay, a mold, and I can take my raw experience and I can put the game's structure over it and mold it into something game terms. But some people like to play like completely with their imaginations and be something that they would never be in reality, like make a completely new fantasy character that's not related to anything about them. So you could do it either way, but for me it's easier for me to draw from my own life and start to work it into something in the game language. That's another thing about these games. They give you a lore and a common language where you can start talking about real world experiences or Panelverse YouTube experiences in terms of this game. And so hopefully maybe it'll teach a language too that we can understand this medium that we're all in together and how to use it better. I'm still looking for the satyrs. And so when you do the character, okay, let's see, here they are. Satyrs are the spirit of pleasure and passion, given form, sensualist of the highest order. These goat-legged kith are known for their boundless energy as well as their musical talent. Ooh, I've been doing AI music. Though they are known for their hedonistic ways, satyrs also serve as fierce warriors, lovers, and wise counselors. And I think that's what I'm going to be, is kind of the wise satyr out in the woods. And so when you're doing a changeling character, you have to do the human concept that you're playing, because you're going to be partially in the human world and you're going to have human NPCs that you interact with, and other player characters are going to have a human side. And so you have to create like just normal human character for that world. And then the satyr character is your true self, that the human character is just a mask for. And the satyr is the one that gets to play in the fairy world with all the other fairy creatures and all of their politics. So for the human character, I'm thinking of definitely somebody Gen X, probably my age. I need somebody that spends a lot of time out in nature. And I think I want to, since I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest, I want to continue with the Pacific Northwest West theme. So I'm thinking like the lumberjacky look, the plaid, but then I also had the idea, catch this, of I want to ride a motorcycle. So maybe there's a motorcycle club. There's the local branch of the Hells Angel. That's totally satyr. I think some of them even have satyrs as their logo. So if I'm a creature of inspiration and I need people's fantasies and dreams to feed me so that I continue to have my power, the Hells Angels are perfect. Like they're the perfect imaginations to keep a satyr going. And we have this like kinky BDSM sex community that has property out in the woods that people meet on. And so that gives me a chance for the dark side when the dark side's ready to come out. And I infiltrated a group of Satanists that meets out in the woods. And because of the satyr, I have them like I'm the satanic spirit that they build their cult around, because I'm using my satyr mask to make them think that I'm satanic. So I have all of that going on. But I think I'm kind of like a lumberjack, or maybe a tree. I want to climb trees. I want to do something with trees, because when I was growing up, I climbed trees like crazy all day long. And so maybe like a tree, somebody that works. You know those people that climb the trees on the ropes and do something. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking so far for the human part. And I think they're going to be named Jake or maybe Zane. I've always wanted to be a Jake. I've always liked that name. And a leather motorcycle jacket, combat boot, very Gen X, the black jeans, some piercings maybe, some tattoos, the rugged hair, but then the plaid. So that's what I got so far. So I'm going to drop the link and we'll see if we get a little morning panel. And then I'm going to create the actual character Thursday and show you how it's done. But that's the starting. That's kind of how it works. You start with a concept and you build it into a character, and then you start translating it into game mechanics, putting numbers on things. And then it's coming up with the satyr character, who's the true character. That's the real me. He's just inhabiting this human body, this human personality thing. It's still a real human, kind of. And if you spend too much time in the real world, you lose your ability to imagine and dream. Like the world just crushes your creative spirit, and so you lose your fairy power. But then if you spend too much time in the fairy world, you lose touch with reality, and you can't function in the human world anymore. And those are called the lost ones. And so it's keeping the balance between, you can't spend too much time in the real world. You have to have contact with the fairy world. at some point, because that's where you get your inspiration, your creativity, and that's what happens here. Like we can't stay away from YouTube for too long because that's what feeds us. But then we can't spend all our time here because then we just become a panelverse creature and we can't even function in reality anymore. And I think we do see a few lost ones on here that have just checked out of reality and are living in their own fairyland. All right, come on. And you know what? I'm living in my own fairyland too because I haven't even looked at the news this morning. I have no clue what's going on in the real world. So don't be like me. Be a balanced fairy. Argentine elections, a hurricane, two Navy aircraft go down in South China Sea, crew rescued. Okay, so nothing, no blowing up the world headlines. This other game, I don't want to say too much about it yet, but it's going to be a more modern world setting, but historical, not a world of today. And more or less human characters, and they're going to be they're going to be like panelverse versions of ourselves. So mine might have antlers and be a Satanist or something. And there'll be powers, so like some kind of superpowers involved somehow. So it will be completely mundane. And you buy into it, and you have a stake in the game when you buy in. You get a character, and you get like a space on the board, the ability to play and interact inside of the world with the other characters. But the game itself is going to be partially shaped from the outside by the audience and how they choose to spend their super chats and their cash apps. So we want to do things that are fun, that help people grow and learn about themselves, but also we got to start making money. So we're trying to introduce that too. Speaking of smart and learning things about yourself, or sometimes about other countries. Welcome,
Hey man.
Mr. Dobez. Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm just,
Ah, okay. What the hell's going on?
I just made breakfast.
Oh, you're watery.
Am I? Why?
Your mic is like gurgly.
That might be because I'm eating.
Oh, maybe so. I can
Yeah,
kind of
because
hear you now.
I just woke up. I need my breakfast.
What time is it over there?
It's 9:48.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Dang. I must be the one that's early. It's just after midnight here. I thought it would be later over there.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, well we're both wow, we're halfway across the world from each other and we're both having our morning coffee and our breakfast. That's so cool.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck
I
time
could
zones.
probably wake up earlier,
Fuck time.
but this is the best I can manage.
Do you have class today?
Oh, so today I have nothing. I can do whatever I want, and I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
to do. I'll
What do
probably
you want to
still
do?
study. Um, that's the thing. I don't know what I want to do today.
See, you have the power to do anything you want and nobody knows what they you have like the genie wish right in your hand and nobody knows what they want to use it on. They fight their whole life for that kind of freedom and then when it comes, I don't know what I want to do with it. What do you there's what you want to do today and then what you think you'll actually end up doing.
Well, I'll actually end up speaking here on the panel, so that's one thing. And
Got to get his
so we
panel
can
time in.
we can sign that off. That I've already done, and it'll probably at least last half an hour. But definitely just watch stuff on YouTube.
Do
I
you see
don't think I
yourself
can
leaving the
avoid.
house?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I do try to do that every day, just because.
That's
No,
sounds very, very healthy.
Yeah,
especially the more the world trends in this direction.
yeah. I mean, I love walking, so my relaxing day includes like a 10-kilometer walk outside. You know, that might not sound relaxing to everybody, but to me, that is sort of inherent in a good, nice, relaxing day. Is a long walk.
That it's good self-care too.
Mm-hmm.
I like to walk as well.
But do you like to walk 10 kilometers, like
Well,
six
I
miles?
walk an average day before I got in the car. I walked a mile to work. I walked 5 miles at work, and I walked a mile home. So it was 7 miles a day every day.
Yeah, good, good. That keeps you fit. That keeps you
I
healthy.
lost 3 belt loops. Like I'm turning to nothing. I have to like tie my belt onto my pants almost. It's ridiculous. Because my appetite didn't compensate. My appetite stayed the same. My activity level increased. That's what
Mm-hmm.
happened. And then I had that wisdom tooth surgery, and my diet dropped.
Mm-hmm. Wait, your diet changed after your wisdom tooth?
Yeah, my calorie it did drop. I was eating frozen popsicles and pudding, and like for like a week. So I was
Oh,
like my normal intake drastically dropped. Plus the activity
yeah.
level stayed the same, and I think all of that just caused this dip,
Mm-hmm.
this sudden dip in weight. So now I'm trying to. That's why I eat all these chips. I'm trying to pig out and get some weight back on.
Pig
I'm
out.
just not very good at it. Gluttony is not a sin that I have mastered yet.
Well, it is for me, so I can give you some tips. That
Holy hell! How did we jump up to 36 viewers?
that's the magic.
Oh
They
my
they
god!
want to they want to listen to us.
Well, it just kind of petered out. Nobody was coming up. We were just watching AI videos, and it just came to a natural. Oh, Dusty rated us. Wow, thanks, Dusty. It's so weird knowing you as Dusty now. Well, we got to get. This is a tough audience. They come with high expectations. We got to give them something worth showing up
Oh,
for. Be sure and sub, by the way, if you haven't already. This is our Norwegian nerd. We usually talk about history and politics, but you could throw out a topic and see what comes up.
I'm like a mystery ball, just fact bomb,
Flow is more about
whatever.
the drama and the heat.
Yeah, but as a gluttony tip, just drink. It's way easier to drink calories than eat them. So if you want to
Like
put on
those
weight,
protein drinks.
not just that, you can also just drink a milkshake.
I don't
Drink
like
milk.
milk.
Actually,
That's the thing. I don't like milk.
yeah, that's your issue. Milk is
That's the
divine
best way
food.
to put on the lbs.
It's the best
We're
way to
talking
put on
about how to
weight.
get fat. Y'all being all bald and fat. Y'all probably have much to say about this topic. So if anyone out there has tips on how to get fat, that's what we're talking about.
Hmm. Well, do you like ice cream then?
I only like the sugar-free stuff, and it's very hard to find here, and I can't eat it constantly because
Yeah.
it has those like fake alcohol sugars, and they I don't know they're not the smoothest.
So you don't like the calorie heavy foods, and you
Cottage
don't really
cheese,
have
yeah,
the
that's a
appetite
cottage cheese I
to.
could do. I like cottage
Yeah.
cheese.
But
Yogurt.
like, do you have the appetite to eat
That's the thing.
one
No,
whole
my
other
appetite.
meal?
I hardly ever
Yeah.
eat. I just don't have. I eat enough to like turn the appetite off, and then I go back to work, or I do something, or I hop on stream, and I sit on stream and forget to eat.
You know,
This is
I
a
can
very well
understand.
ADHD people is very common with spurgery.
Mhm.
We just get it's thing life. There's way more interesting things in life than worrying about how to feed yourself.
You're
And so
wrong
sometimes we
there.
just get lost
Food,
in that,
food is
lost in the
the most
dreaming.
important thing in life.
What?
Food is the greatest thing in life. Never forget.
If you know how to make it great, which you do, as good as it gets for me is whatever TV dinner is on sale at the grocery store. So it's not like that amazing of an experience to look forward to every time. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's sustenance. It's something you do to keep yourself going so you can do all the fun stuff. Just like sleep. I hate to sleep. It's sleep is a chore. It's something I do to get it over with so I can hurry up and get up and finish doing all the fun stuff.
You know, that actually does sound kind of healthy. That you're looking forward to actually being awake. Because a lot of people who say they love sleep, they say it because they love it as an escape from life. You know, they can find a rest from life. So, I don't think it's necessarily unhealthy to just dislike sleep. Well, I love sleep, but I understand your position as well.
But I'm hardly ever tired. Yeah, Zephyr, exactly. I sleep when I'm tired, and I'm hardly ever tired. So at some point, my body gets tired, and I'm like, okay, this is where I have to do that sleep thing, and then I go lay, and my body wakes up at some point. I'm like, are you tired still? Nope. Okay, I get to get up and not sleep anymore. And so it's all determined by my body. I don't plan it. I don't try to schedule it. But now, like with work, I have a routine now. My body just automatically gets tired at about the same time because it,
Hmm.
it has its rhythm set. So I kind of
But
just use that.
take this scenario. Say you're gonna get a flight at 3 a.m. Will you force yourself to go to sleep early, or will you just not
It
sleep?
it really depends on that day. Like
Hmm.
I might take a nap and stay up, or I might say, oh, if I push on, I can just um, go to sleep at like I don't know 8 or 9 and be up by 3. I just have to kind of check it with my body throughout the day and then plan it at the last minute.
Hmm.
Because I have never had control over my sleep. I can't make myself sleep. And so that's something that I just have to turn over to my body and let it determine. Appetite too. I can't make myself be hungry if I'm not. And so those things are just so, I offload that to the body and I just follow his cue. But there are people that don't. They plan it, they cook meals, they make it taste good, they get certain amounts of sleep throughout the day at certain times, they take naps and that's great if you have the executive function to do all of that. It's just easier for me to let my body tell me when to do it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, me too. I can't sleep on a plane. I would maybe stay up just so I'd be so tired I might by chance I would fall asleep on the plane.
I just can't sleep on the plane. That's something I've never managed.
I can't sleep sitting up. I think that's what it is. Especially like sitting up cramped with no room to spread out.
The
If I
only
had a
time
big
I've
recliner, I could maybe pull it off.
hmm. To me, it's more you're in public. It's that thing. I can't sleep
Oh, I could chew that
when
out.
there's like unknown people about. Like I originally thought it was just something about public transport, like planes, trains, buses. I just couldn't sleep. But then we had a school trip where it's just my classmates. And then I slept really fine. So my body just, it sounds like a defense mechanism or
Like a
something.
self consciousness.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, why would I be self conscious about
Well,
sleeping?
maybe like a monkey in the jungle. It's not your
Yeah,
tribe, so you're
yeah,
not quite
exactly.
secure. But when you're with your tribe, you're a little more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like feel
It's probably
safer.
that. It's just nothing conscious. I can't
Yeah.
consciously decide it. It's just, oh, when I'm on a bus with 30 people I know, I get tired. I fall asleep easily. When I'm on a bus with 30 people I don't know, I am wide awake. I can't sleep even if I try.
And I can pretty. I can pass out pretty much anywhere. I'm the guy that falls asleep. I have a reputation. I fall asleep at parties. I fall asleep on people's couches, backseat of people's cars, just wherever. When I'm tired, wherever I land, I can sleep.
So what you're saying is, if you one time forget to end the stream and you just keep on talking, we'll see you asleep on the couch behind you.
Yeah, I've ever fallen asleep on a stream, but usually, I mean, I have enough. I have enough functionality to like turn the stream off, because I still have to get ready for bed. I have to like
Hmm.
brush my teeth, and get my clothes, the right clothes, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just instant sleep.
Yeah.
There's a transition to it. I have a little window. But I was also the kid that they put. I was the kid that they stuck on the pallet on the floor, or like one time under the dining table. One time was in the foyer. I had
Yeah.
the foyer was like the size of my body, and they put a mattress in it, and that was my bed, and I would sleep in the foyer, and in the morning the mailman would come and drop the mail through the mail slot on my face, and that's what would wake me up. So I was the kid that they stuck in random places where they didn't have enough beds. Sofa bed,
Bro,
sleeping bags. And so I'm used to sleeping anywhere. Like I never had a stable bed to sleep on. Plus you're sleeping. You're not even aware of what's going on. Some of my best sleep came from sleeping out in the desert, just on a rock. Oh my God, that was just so peaceful and comfortable.
I mean, that is true though. The best sleeping is never at home. Like it's it's in the special places. I am the best place I've ever slept is a small island in the middle of the lake where our cabin is. So sometimes we take the boat out to one of the islands, and then we just stay there for the day. And just lying there in the sun, like that is one of the best places to sleep. Even though it's just hard rock, it's just hard rock. There's no
Oh,
sand.
David, wait, hang on real quick. I've seen you on videos, and I know you have some kind of reputation or drama, but I don't know your story, and I haven't met you yet. So welcome, and yeah, catch you later. Okay, sorry about that. So you're in the island. You're on the island in the lake,
That is the best place to sleep. Just on the hard rocky surface at like
like
an
outdoors.
incline. Yeah,
Yeah,
outdoors or in
I
the
love
grass,
sleeping
honestly.
outdoors.
Just lying in the grass is there's just something to it. I'm not one of those voodoo
It
guys
feels
like
normal. It feels natural. Like when I sleep outdoors,
yeah,
I feel like I'm. It's first of all, it's better quality sleep. It feels like real sleep, and it feels like I'm part of the universe and the natural world, and I'm just doing what I'm normally supposed to be doing. It just there's just something that connects me to the world about it.
yeah, exactly. Although I wouldn't want to do it all day, just every single day, but from time to time it's certainly better. But I'm very glad I can have the bed I have now, that I don't need to, sleep on hard surfaces and outside. Um,
Yeah, and like I said, my body doesn't even feel it anyway once it's
mm,
asleep. So it doesn't matter where you put me.
yeah, no, if I sleep weird when I wake up, I feel it. Like I feel it if I've slept. When you have your hands behind your head. If I fall asleep like that, then I can't move my arms when I wake up because like they're so well, I don't know what to call it. When your leg is asleep or your arms asleep, but you are awake. Like it's that feeling, just prickly all over. So like if I fall asleep wrong, it's hard to wake up. I'm not
Mike got
necessarily
one of
comfortable.
those fancy Tempur-Pedic memory foam mattresses when it first came out. And he was so excited. He had wanted one for so long, and we got it on the bed, and I went to plop on it. That thing was hard as a rock. It was the most uncomfortable mattress I've ever laid on. That was the top line mattress at the time. Oh my God, you could pay me to sleep on one of those. I hated it. I still
But
to
did
this day hate that memory foam stuff.
but did he hate it?
My body's just not wired for comfort, I guess.
That doesn't sound good. But hello.
Stop. Or
Comfort is the
pots.
enemy. No, it's dots. It's a dot
Dots.
sign. Yeah.
Oh, what's dots?
Dots is ellipses, you know?
Oh, I love it. That tickles my brain so hard.
This is my first time, I guess, I've had it up here as my avatar, but this is my old school avatar. It's actually a stop sign, and it's a real photo of a stop sign, but it basically, my ex, he gave it to me as a gift. He stole it from in front of a church, which, no, it was like falling down. And they got a new one really fast, and it was a good one. It kept falling down, so he was like, he knew I would like it, so he just like had an empty trailer. He just got done taking trash to the dump, and he saw it, and it was like opportunity, so he gave it to me. And he's not gonna get in trouble because he's no longer with us. But I had it for a long time, just hanging on my wall, and then I like get bored with things, so I like to look at them in a different way. So I turned it upside down, and I was like, one day I was like looking at it, and I was like, if I turned that T right side up, it would say dots with a small D, and I was
With like
like,
an ellipsis.
yeah, and I was
What
like,
is she
dots don't
leaving
stop,
out?
because the ellipses are what is left unsaid whenever you use them in a sentence, you know?
Yeah. And that was one of the levels of listening too, of listening for what's not being said, listening for those ellipses.
Yep, ellipses say what is not said.
So what's up? How's your morning?
It's good.
Or did you
It's
sleep?
I did sleep, but I'm not on a normal schedule. So this
Mm.
is tomorrow since the last time I talked to you, because that was my nighttime, basically, early in the morning.
Last time we saw you, you were at that in that shopping center, and then you were. Oh, do you
Yeah,
have a card? You were gonna come home and do a card.
yeah, I was gonna do that. So let me
So
grab my
excited.
card.
All right.
You're so excited. Yeah, it's so cute. Oh, yeah. Where are my cards? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna mute. You guys
Okay.
talk amongst yourselves.
Is it an angel card or a tarot card?
Oh well, I have tarot cards. I have
Whatever you go with, I trust you into it. Go with whatever you think
just one card. You
you
want to
should
do
go with.
one or three, like 'cause past, present, future. And you just have to think of a question that you're wondering about, but do not say it out loud because
Okay.
I don't want to project onto it.
Okay. I think I do have something. And Lopez, if you have a question, she could do it for you too.
I don't really have a question.
Maybe she can help you figure out what to do today.
Well, don't ask the question though, because
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
want to know
Okay,
it.
no, I'm
It's
rude.
okay.
Okay, I'm fucking it up. Sorry.
Usually, how it works is it's going to be the most important thing that you need to know. Like, and if you're doing a three card, it's like past, present, future.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
want all. I like to look through time. I want all of that.
Yeah, so you just focus. I just cleared the deck, so if you want to focus while I shuffle and on your question, we'll ask the universe to answer your question completely, succinctly, and with ease. And I'll think about
It has to be
nothing
a
while you.
specific question,
It should be
like you would ask
specific.
the 8 ball.
It should be specific enough. Don't ask like,
Okay,
"Am I
I
ever going to
have
find my true
the
love?"
image and what I want to ask about. I don't have the
Okay,
quite the exact question, so let me
it
get
doesn't
that
need to be a
formed.
specific question, really. Just think about the situation, and you'll get if
Okay,
it's a specific.
I got more or less a question. It's a general question, but I think it'll work.
Okay. So just focus on it, and I will shuffle and think about nothing because that's the best thing for me to do because I open up myself as a channel.
All right, I'm excited. Ooh, this is kind of sexy.
It's
I've
fun.
never felt
I
this way with
love.
a woman before.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm losing focus. Okay, back to the thing. You're gonna
channel
mess.
it,
You're gonna be the
channel it,
reason
channel.
it
Okay, this
fails.
is
Come
fine.
on.
This is fine. It's so exciting. Oh my god. I'm like, stop it, Jeff.
I feel like the
Okay, I was.
genie on Pee Wee.
That's funny. That Jeannie was my stripper name.
Oh.
Okay,
Every time we
so.
get together, everything starts to
Oh,
converge.
oh, this is very good, Jeff. This is very good.
Oh, the card?
So, yes, but I'm
Can
going
you
to have
show
to
it?
do. Well, yes, I'm going to. I'll
Okay.
show you the cards as I. Let me undo my camera thing. Hold on. Um. Okay, so this card is the past, which is the best place for this because this is like everything's been
The
like
tower.
leveled.
Oh, I'm so familiar with the tower. Fuck. That's
Yes.
the
So
Christ.
this.
That's all that disintegration.
Yes. So you've gone through that. That is in the past.
It's
This
over.
is good. Yes, that is
I'll
done.
never feel secure. I'm too It's
Well,
always
but still, you know
slapping
what?
at my heels.
It, you know what you do whenever you get your tower like gets busted? You remodel it and you turn it into a lighthouse.
Oh fuck, that's beautiful. That's what I'm trying to do with
Yeah.
this.
Yes, I know you are. That's why that is perfect. Okay, this one, this is lust, and it's weird because that's the Leo card. That's what I'm going to do clarifiers on.
Is this
That's
the
the present.
present?
That's the present.
That's weird because I'm making that satyr character and it's all about lust.
Yeah, well, and that's the Leo card, my card. And
And there's a
usually
lot of Leos that show up here. In fact, we had a Leo on here yesterday.
whenever that card shows up, I usually do clarifiers
We had two
because there's
Leos.
something that I'm supposed to tell you
Is this okay?
specifically,
Do you
and
see
I'll
what I'm
know
talking about? There's a golden glowing sun on the heart of the lion.
that's
None
the
of that
light.
could possibly. This is the kind of coincidences that happens when
Yeah, it's
Zephyr
a
comes on. This
reflection.
is so freaky.
Okay, and this one is the cool one, and this is the three of discs. This is works. It's coins. It's
Girl,
material.
you
And you
don't
know
know
what's
how
even better?
relevant this is.
Yes, I do. I do. This is perfect. So this card here is a minor arcana card, which means that it's you in control of it. And it's the material because it's discs. And works is like, what are you building? You're building this. This is what your future
I
is.
feel like this is a troll. It's
No,
giving me
it's
false
not.
hope, and I'm gonna look like a fool. This is
No,
You don't know how perfect this spread is.
stop
I
it,
did
Jeff.
not expect
It
this
is.
clear of an
I didn't
answer.
expect. I didn't either. That's how it
What are
works,
those
though.
little? Is that fish? What's around the pyramid? Dachshunds? They look like Far
It's
Side cartoons. What are
there's
they?
wheels. There's wheels. It's like a hovercraft. It's like on the ocean. You know, it's
Is
like
that just
friggin'
waves, water?
spinning. It. I don't know. It's
They
whatever
look
you
like
think it is.
creatures.
It's symbolic. It
So
could
it's
be a
hovering
creature.
over. It's
Yes,
rising
it's rising. That's cool, right?
over the
And
gray,
three.
dull world of unformed, ambiguous
Well,
creatures.
and it's a tetrahedron. It's a four-sided pyramid. Like it's got four sides because it's got the bottom. You know,
Oh
and there's
yeah,
the one. Yeah,
right, like a
so it's a
four-sided
tetra.
dice.
Yeah, it's three is the secret four. That is like very.
Oop,
That's three dots
sorry.
is
I meant to.
um three dots is the thing that's left unsaid, and dots don't stop unless there's four because
Dots
that's the
don't stop.
period at the end of the sentence. You know, that's very. I know it's very
The
poetic stuff
unsaid is
I'm
never
saying, but
fully said.
it's this kind of like divine sort of message is something that comes through not so clear like a lot, but this is very clear. So now I'm going to do the clarifiers. Give me a second. I'm going to
Like we
set you
get even
down
more clarity than that? Okay.
just for
It's
the
gonna
middle
have my
card
whole
because
It's gonna be like the AI, have my whole future plan read out for me.
no, this is for the present right now because
Oh,
this is where
okay.
we are,
That was
and
the
because
lust, the
yeah.
lion, the lust and the lion.
Okay, we've got Ace of Discs, the Hanged Man, and Ruin. So this is your choice. The Hanged
Oh, we
Man
can't see
is
anything. It's
well. I'm gonna.
darkness
I
and
know.
void. Oh,
I
okay.
know. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you it in a minute.
It looked
Okay,
kind of
so
bleak.
this card is the Ace of Discs, which is
Oh,
the same suit as this, right? This is the Ace. This is the and look, it looks like a seraphim, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah, kind of, sort of. I see the little snake
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like the angels with the wings around the wings, and you know, it's like
Yeah,
it's very
it's very
yeah. So
abstract.
it is, and then that's why I love this deck. But
What
this
does it
is
mean? Wait, what position is that?
it. Well, it's clarifying past, present, future for this present
So
because you have
so we
many.
have the lion and the lust, and then that modifies it
Yeah.
into what?
So it's basically saying there's two choices, but there's always a third too in the present, and one of them that's what your fears are. Obviously,
What is
ruin.
that? Ruin?
That's one path that you could go down because that
Oh, I
is a minor
definitely,
card.
yes, yes.
And
I may
the
even be
third
on it.
the third one is the Hanged Man, and that is like
That's kind of hot.
it, yeah. But if you
Is that in the
choose that one,
dungeon?
you know. You know who that is? That is Odin. Odin is the
Oh,
hangman. And he's hanging over. If you see, there's a snake down there,
they
you know?
got
That is
daddy.
the universal snake.
Look at the
Yeah,
golden
that's
light again. Wow, that's
yeah. Yeah, it's the light above
so.
me.
What
So it's
what does he? Okay, wait. You said that one option is ruin.
the other option is the ace of it's like this beginning journey on to works. Like you're building something, which is where you're
Okay,
going. I know
and
that's
you
where you're
said
going.
something
Just don't,
about
as long as you don't let the fear hang you up. And this is what you're overcoming is
which is
this
what?
getting caught up and hesitation. You have to like start
Oh yeah.
building. Like, yeah. And
That well,
see, he's
that's
got
where I'm
certain
at now. That's why I did this stream because I wanted to put this game out while it was fresh in my brain.
well, and he's got the grid behind him that is like, see how
The
it's
Matrix,
like very
like the
organized,
panel YouTube. It's the
and then
panelverse.
there's the green sun above and the Ankh, and that is the Ankh is the tree of life. That's like the it's like your continued existence throughout all of your lives. You know, that's the thing. Is like
Hanging
so
by a
this is a
thread.
life so it's a life lesson. But do you know the story of Odin?
I
Like
know that
him hanging
they put him on the world tree.
yeah, they hung him on the world tree and he gave up his eye, one of his eyes, for all of the knowledge of the universe. And then he drew the runes. He drew them on the ground with a stick as he was hanging,
With
and it
his
made
dick?
writing. No, with a stick.
With a stick. Okay.
You're funny.
Because
You're hilarious. With his
if you're
dick? No.
hanging,
Yeah, no.
depending on reach, you could
You
potentially.
are.
You wouldn't
I can't
need a
believe that was
stick.
so. That was so hilarious because you weren't being deadpan. You were actually being serious.
I was. It was a little of both because I wasn't quite sure what I heard.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you so much, Jeff.
It's probably the coffee.
Yeah. Well, I love the coffee too. I've got some coffee.
But that's
So
good.
yeah,
See,
that
you had the lust card though. That it.
yeah, the
You
lust
said
card,
that
and
was the
well, I'm a
present.
Leo, and I'm a
Oh, you're a
Leo,
Leo too. Oh my God,
and
there's a
I'm
whole pack
here.
of lions that hangs around here.
Yeah, well, there's a reason. You know, you get a
Y'all are the performers
sometimes.
though. Y'all are the ones that like to see and
Well,
be
and
seen.
I don't like to
Hear
be
me
seen.
roar.
I don't even know how to be seen.
What? Are you kidding? You're
No,
all up in this thing.
no, no,
Everybody
no.
knows
But
you.
everybody knows me and stuff like that. But yeah, what have I done with it?
Like
Really?
you're
I
not
mean, so
meat. You're not passive. You're not a sideliner.
no, no, I'm not a sideliner for sure. But I think I've been hesitant to step into my leadership as a lion, and that's kind of ending now. I can feel it. It's good.
Well, we
It's
told you
been
not to
ending
name
for
that cat Kitchen.
well, I know. And look, and now he sells kitchen, and everybody loves him.
Oh, do they? I thought
I
he
do what I
was.
want.
Is he still demonic?
Oh no, he's good. He had a little thing where he was like, I think he was like, I don't know what he was doing. He was attacking my arm, but he was also kind of humping it. I'm like, I think I need to get him fixed
Oh yeah,
still.
sex and violence. I totally get that.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, I'm not your girlfriend because he gets jealous of Dan. It's like kind of funny. He thinks I'm his girlfriend. He's looking at me right now like,
It's a little.
I
I don't
hate you.
know. Be careful.
Yeah, I know. Well, he knows I'm not his girlfriend now because I had to throw him off the bed a couple times. I was like,
I
dude,
still
get
like.
down.
I still can't even believe he's male with a name like Kitchen.
Well, and see, Dan calls him cochina or cochino. Cochino? Is it cochina?
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's like
still
kitchen.
cringe.
It
It's
means
just as
kitchen in
cringe.
Spanish. Yeah, I know. Well, I love cringe though.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You got
And you know what? I was talking to Shift the other day, and she actually likes Mr. Hell Kitchen.
that. Shift shifted?
Yes, she
Did a
did. Of
shift
course she
happen?
did. A little bit. I
Oh,
think
origin.
yeah,
Really? Well, thank you. Well,
yeah.
nice to see you. We
So,
did our 1,000th video yesterday, so we're still trucking along.
So,
Cause she
what?
was she was on the big anti-kitchen wagon with me. She fell
Yeah, I
off.
know. I don't know. I think maybe. I'm not sure.
All
You'll have to
right, we'll
ask her. But it
shift. We
sounded.
you have
I
some.
mean, I think she thought that the hell like really helped it.
Oh,
Um,
that's what she meant. That Hell's Kitchen. I'm a Hell's Kitchen advocate too. If he's gonna
yeah.
be
See,
named Kitchen,
yeah.
give him
So he's
Hell.
Mr. Well, and I called him Mr. Kitchen, but I call him Mr. Hell Kitchen
No,
because
don't
he's
do
Hell.
that. This is Hell's Kitchen. We got it. Like he needs. He's gonna have to start hanging out with the boys at some point, and he can't do
Yeah,
it
but
with a name like Kitchen.
if I call him Mister, then everybody knows he's a
He's
boy.
gonna end up like Mangy.
But he's the cool kitty with the interference pattern on his belly. You know, that's the coolest thing about him, other than his personality, is his belly. He's got
His
dots all over
personality
his
is
belly.
belly.
Yeah, he's got dots all over his belly. He looks like a spotted, like a leopard.
So is that so then is that the that's all the information from the cards? I have to
Yeah,
overcome the
yeah.
hesitation
You
and
don't,
the that's what I'm
and,
doing. In fact, I want to
and no fear, no fear. Don't fear. You don't panic
well,
because
this
you know
is what
what?
I fear. I fear if I leave work, I'm gonna I won't have money anymore.
Well, you know what? By the time that
So
you
that's the
actually get,
hesitation. Like I have to be prudent and cautious and do it in a smart way.
yes, do it in a smart way.
But
Don't
but
just quit your
my
job.
creative spirit wants to just jump in and do it like
Yeah, no,
24-hour
no, I don't think
immersion and get it done.
no, that's gonna burn you out. So do it measured. That's what my advice
Keep
is.
one foot. That's that fairy game. Keep one foot in the real world.
Yep, keep
The
one foot in the
changeling,
real
and the other thing.
world.
Oh, the other thing about the changelings I forgot to say is the way they were born in the first place is because way back before humanity evolved, they had this really bestial animal nature, and it produced a different kind of fairy, and those fairies became evil and started taking over humanity. And
Yeah, well,
so,
you know
as
what?
humanity evolved, the new fairies got born, and they were the ones that were supposed to drive humanity to grow beyond their animal side so that the dark, primitive, evil fairies wouldn't be born anymore. And we see that's that dual nature of like
Yes.
using creativity and imagination to rise above your beast.
Well, you know what's really weird? I had a vision like back in like 2011 because that's, things like that happened to me. And it said it said, "You'll know that we're here when you see the
When
pause."
you
He
do
said
what?
pause. When you see the pause, and it's pause, like that. It also sounds like pause, And I thought,
Pause?
I imagined like three dots, like a paw, a claw, with the big dot in underneath it, like a
Yeah.
pause, and then the word pause, of course, because that is, pause is pause. Like you put your paw down. The dogs put the paw down on the cat when the cat is trying to attack the dog
Could
by
it be a
jumping on the
cat
cage.
too? They have paws.
Well, it could be, but you were mentioning earlier the animal, the chimera spirit, like some of the fairies have that. And the fairies, like I've been like I see fairies. I especially see tree spirits.
Oh my God! Not the, I forgot. Oh, hang on. I totally forgot about the fairies. We have a history with fairies on this channel. I'm gonna bring on this person. They're new. I don't. I'm gonna use my overlay, but I think they're okay. Hello, Miss Leslie.
Oh,
Hi,
What's
Jeff.
Hi? What's going
Zephyr.
on?
hi.
Do you know Leslie?
I'm
Hi.
not sure. Maybe we'll
Okay.
see.
Well, let's meet Leslie.
You-
Hang on. Let me get this off.
Do I know you, Leslie?
Are you?
Yeah, you
I,
do from TML.
Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, in the chat.
so what's up?
And you commented when I said I wasn't in the categories that were listed, and you commented to me, "Oh, really? You too?"
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I don't fit into categories either.
Yeah, also common. That's part of like our difficulty is we break normies categories. They don't work on us.
Yeah, but it's okay. I've learned to be respectful of their boundaries while making sure that they know that they're not just their boundaries.
Yeah, to the extent that I can perceive all that, I try to. I'm not always aware
Yeah.
of
Well, see, and I was born with
where their
Saturn
categories
conjunct
are.
my, I have Saturn conjunct my natal sun, and I'm a double Leo. So if anybody knows boundaries, it's going to be me because I smack into those walls like so hard so many times. And I'm here to tell you guys where the
Leo
boundaries are.
here, Leo here too.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, you!
But,
Oh
you
my
You're
know,
God!
surrounded.
Is there? I'm
lions.
a
We're
Scorpio among a scorpion among the lions.
I love Scorpios.
Oh
Just don't blame
no.
me, man. I'll just stay away from your ass, okay?
Yeah, I don't know why people try to mess with Scorpios. I really don't.
You know, Gabriel is a Scorpio too, NPC. He's a
Who's Gabriel?
Scorpio. He's NPC the game. You don't know him? Yeah, you don't
Oh,
even.
yeah, vaguely. Yeah, he did those panel
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, and he does astrology stuff too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a magical person.
A
He's in
magical
Thai.
person.
Yeah, there's a lot of well, everybody's a magical person, but he's like into like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I
I didn't
think
know that about him.
I think everybody is magical. They just don't realize that they're being magical, and they don't do it with like awareness that that's what they're
Does
doing.
anybody know the sprites? The sprites, they're not fairies, they're sprites.
What's the difference? Yeah, I know about sprites, but what
Yeah,
distinguishes from fairies? Because even in Dungeons and Dragons, they have sprites and fairies, and they're two different
like
creatures.
pixies.
And pixie,
Pixies
that's
like
another one. Yeah. Okay. Well, what
pixies
are
like
There's
sprites?
drugs.
another one.
Pixies really like drugs, and as long as you keep them happy by like being like you
I'm
drop
so
some a
glad they
little bit
got
of
back together too.
the pixies. Yeah, they're nice.
420, baby.
But
Sprites,
yeah,
fairies,
they like
and
to steal your
pixies. Let's
stuff
see.
too. If they don't like what you're doing, they steal your stuff and make you crazy.
What's the difference, Jeff?
Let's see. I'm looking it up. This is from the Pagans Metaphysics 101. Um, Pixie, leprechaun, fairy, brownie, sprite are all terms for the same supernatural beings. So they're saying that it's not.
It's not different, huh?
Elf is another one.
It's kind of like humans. Like we have
Oh,
different
they have
races,
different
but we're all people.
historical origins. They tell you like where they came from. Like sprites started in 13 AD and it's from the old French esprit, spirit, esprit, sprite.
Yeah,
From the
they're
Oh,
Latin
nature.
spiritus, and it describes a nimble elf-like creature, especially one associated with water. But they're
Yeah,
all
they're.
considered fairies. They just have different historical origins and
Mhm.
legends behind them.
I would be a puka.
What animal?
Uh, chain. Yeah, that's a good question.
Fats.
I would be Noah's Ark.
Well, you have to pick an animal.
Who says?
Well, I mean, the game, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
lion's good.
Yeah, lion is good, but I'm a little bit more sphinxy. So I've got like a little.
You're
I'm
more
also
what?
like I'm a little sphinxy. I've got like in different systems you have different
Sphinxy.
animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
like in the
wonder if you could
Mayan,
be a sphinx puka, like a really rare.
maybe, maybe, or what is the other name that they call them? The mandrills or something like that.
I thought those were gorillas.
No, there's like another name for them that they're like the ones that have the breasts and of a woman and face of a woman, but they have the body of a lion and wings of the
Lamasu?
eagle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
It
in
starts with.
Dungeons and Dragons they were Lamasu.
I thought that they were called. It's on my friggin' Instagram page. I'm so bad with words. I'm a writer, but I'm bad with words. I'm an artist, but I'm blind.
So you play games? What's the current game that you're playing,
Well, we're
Jeff?
trying to play a game. We haven't really got it off the ground yet, but we're starting a few games and seeing where they go.
It's a role playing game.
Yeah, it's from the White Wolf series. It's the same ones that did Vampire, the Masquerade, and Mage, Werewolf, Demon. They have a demon game too.
Oh, do they? Ooh, I don't think
Yeah,
I would want
Demon
to
the
play that one.
Fallen.
I bet
You're a
you I know people
demon
that would have
instead of
fun.
a
Oh,
fairy trapped in a human, but you're a demon trapped in a human body, and you awaken to your demonic nature, and you realize you're part of this demon species.
oh,
Yeah.
great.
So, it's a crazy sort of thing that could be very. I love role playing games because I think I wouldn't have had any sort of personality if it hadn't have been for being able to express myself through characters when I was growing up. Like, because we
Were
played a
you
lot of
did
role
you
playing
were
games.
you a D&D'er?
No, my parents did every Saturday, and so I got into it pretty young. And as a teenager, I definitely played a lot of White Wolf games with my friends.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was like the second wave of RPGs.
Yeah,
They came out
we were
about the
more
same
into
time
like
as
the
Magic the
vampire.
Gathering. There was this whole
Yeah.
renewed interest in gaming.
Well, and I like was a teenager when Anne Rice like Interview with the Vampire, and then the
Oh yeah, I
vampire
remember those.
came out, and we were doing the role playing. We're like, ooh, that's cool, and and then we just moved on from one like book to the other. We did werewolf and we did mage, and
Because they
I
put
think
out
I
one each year, and Changeling
yeah
was
yeah.
they were going to originally do five, and Changelings was
Well,
the fifth.
it wasn't the last one actually. They have Wraith too, which is ghosts.
Well, that was the one before Changeling. I thought about doing
It was
Wraith because in Wraith you have a second character that's your shadow as a separate character, and so you have to create yourself, and then you have to create your shadow, and then another player plays your shadow and tries to
that's
sabotage
cool.
you as you play the game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow,
That's
that's just like
interesting.
real life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there
is.
was.
Well, you know what?
But I
What's
didn't want to
crazy
do the
is
death thing because it all takes place in the afterlife, and I didn't want to do the ghost death thing. So that's why I
what
picked the
is
fairy. The
crazy is
fairy thing seemed more appropriate for YouTube.
the mage book is definitely like now. It's like that's where it is, like, because I mean I have the source book for that. It just so happens that I found it amongst some discarded stuff, and so I have the book. I was like, and then I was looking through it, and I was like, wow, this is like kind of like it seems like it might be like all the cabals and the technocracy and everything like that.
It's
It's like
everything happening to like Mage is like almost more relevant today than when it first came out because it's all
absolutely,
these different factions fighting for control of reality and who
yeah,
gets to determine what reality is. And there's all these
yeah. Well, and
political groups that want their version of reality to be real, and there's these
that kind of is what
religious
made what
groups and
humans are.
ideology groups. And the idea
That's a
is to get enough of the masses believing in your version of reality instead of somebody else's, because that's how you get your power. And right now, the technocracy, which is it's a cabal of five groups actually. They currently they've won the reality war because we all live under a scientific technological paradigm.
Yeah, and
And
the
so it
celestial
looks,
chorus
we can't tell that
also.
it's magic because it's their paradigm, so we think it's normal. And
Yeah,
everything else that's not technology looks like magic and supernatural, and so we don't believe in it, and so it doesn't work. So the technology paradigm is the one that's currently empowered by the belief of the masses, but these other groups are trying to win the masses over to their version of reality, and the
yeah,
magic
and
that
Nicole.
comes
and
with it.
that's true. That's the
Well, yeah, and
truth too.
it is. I know it's creepy, right?
It is. Like that's reality is what we create it to be in our minds more than anything else, especially when it comes to human and social and cultural real. That's something that's not objective and scientific.
But it's a
It's really
paradox.
whatever you can convince people reality is.
Yeah, you have to be able. I think that the way to win the game of this world is to be able to hold the paradox in and you can suspend your belief and your disbelief in equal parts. So
If what? Your
you
heart?
can,
I have no beliefs. Beliefs
yeah,
are not truths
yeah,
because they're beliefs. You're
they're guesses.
just
They're like,
like
yeah, it's a rolling,
something
educated guess.
of a sway. It's a swaying of it's not knowing.
Yeah,
So how could it be the truth if it's not known?
But then what? How do we? That's what epistemology is all about. What is the truth? How do we know a truth from a belief? And
we dance around in
like
Epistemology.
there's no good we really don't know. Even science is
I've got a
like
poetry line that
constantly discarding what they think are truths and discovering truer truths behind those.
Well,
I've got a poetry
science is
line.
part of the system of the belief system here.
It's not just that though.
Well, science is a technique. It's a method. It's a
It
way
is
of
a
doing
technique.
something, and it produces the same results every time you do it. And so the belief is more of like the same type of belief that you have that your car is going to get you to work every morning.
Yeah,
It's a belief
consistency is
because it
different.
justifies itself every time you indulge the belief. It's a
Yeah,
Is that
self-justifying belief.
yeah,
epistemology? What is that? That?
It's the branch of philosophy that tries to discover what knowledge and truth is. How do
yeah.
we know what we know, and how do we know something is true? And how
Wasn't
do we
that
know what truth is?
Gnostics?
That is
Gnosticism?
somewhat related, yes. And as you'll
That came
here, let
later.
me. Yeah, I
Huh?
actually do have the lion and the green sun. Let me show you guys. I just have it right here. It's like
What's up, Jeff?
that.
You can't believe.
What's that for? Oh, that's a
What is
picture, a
that?
painting, a drawing.
It's
He's
an
eating the
it's
sun,
the lion, the green lion eating the sun. It's
and it's bleeding.
yeah, it's a alchemical art, and but this is actually it opens. See, and it's got,
Oh my God, how cool is that? Look at that.
and that's a
Did you make
painting.
that?
No, somebody I traded it for a tarot reading. Just the piece of art that's inside, and then the mirror there is that's
That is too cool.
and Dan gave me the frame. I painted it a different color, but because it was kind of like it was like fake bamboo, you know.
Oh yeah,
But it's pretty cool.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's very cool.
it's
Wow.
just some Gnostic
I don't even
art.
know what that picture of.
Yeah,
Gnostic
if
artwork right here on Outliers in
yeah.
Exile.
Well, and that's a magical artwork because I created it as a magical talisman. It's like my
What does it do?
alchemical.
What's its magic? Can we use it?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided
Are we in
totally what it
Virgo?
is.
I'm Virgo rising. Moose made a whole video about it. Maybe I'll play it for Piss Music.
That's great. I have Mercury and Virgo in my second house, and that's exalted.
I think mine is somewhere down there too. Most
I
of my
think I would be
planets are clustered in
insane.
the first three houses, 3 or 4 houses.
I would be insane if I didn't have my Mercury and Virgo because that's my file guy in my head.
Virgo is
No,
the
I don't.
critic. It's the one that notices shit, like all the patterns,
Yeah,
and puts them together.
categorizes
Yeah,
things,
the intellectual, the
tries to
critic,
figure
the
it out.
noticer, the observer.
Don't we all have some of that anyway,
And
if
ruled by
not even
Mercury.
more?
That's usually where Mercury is in your chart.
I'm
That's
very
where you're
mercurial,
mostly,
I guess.
yeah.
We all kind of are. We're all part of the dreaming.
Is anybody a flat earther thing or simulation?
I'm
Um,
definitely not
I don't
either.
know. I'm not really, although I do believe simulation is probably closer to what we're going
I
through,
mean,
but it's I
other
don't think
than
it's
your brain is like the reality you think is reality, is it really a simulation from your brain? But it's still a simulation of a real
reality.
reality.
Yeah, it is because you can't really prove anything actually exists outside of your own head.
You would have
But
to experience it for yourself.
Well, that's what we're doing, but it's like how do you know that you're experiencing it for real?
I'm a
It,
basic
How
it
do
might,
you know
solipsist.
if you're
I
awake?
can,
How do you know if you're awake or dreaming, huh?
yeah, exactly. I
It's
know
the
that I'm
matrix.
dreaming when I'm dreaming. So, but it seems
Lucid
very real. It's
dreaming.
just,
My waking consciousness is more consistent. It's predictable.
is it? Wow.
Yeah,
Lucky
more
you.
mine it because I make it that way. I
Oh,
could make it chaos if I wanted, but I need it to be predictable right now, so I make it that way.
you're good at that.
It depends on what
Well,
program
anybody
you're
can do it.
running.
Yeah, it does.
There's
Mine has
programming.
mine has prioritized for adaptation over consistency. So
Adaptation over what?
consistency, like
So you
reliability,
kind of just
stability.
flow with whatever's comes your way.
Yeah, I'm adapt or die
But
very much so.
you're not trying to do a specific thing though. But
No,
but when
all
you're
I am
trying to
trying
do
to
a
do,
specific thing, then you have to
yeah, I
have
can
a
get
certain
things done.
consistency.
I can have things done, but I don't like to do things the same all the time. I like to be able to, it's flexible. Like how I get it done, as long as it's done well, it doesn't matter how I get it done.
Because you do little like individual projects in the moment, so it's easy to do it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, well,
But
and I've got
if you're
big
doing something
long-term
long
projects.
term that you have to keep going over time and make sure it's
I
the
do.
same like experience and quality through time,
I
then it
do.
takes a different.
I Yeah, I've like finished murals on people's walls. It took me a while. I, as long as I have a deadline, I'm usually pretty good about getting things done. And I do procrastinate, but I use it as a tool of efficiency because I actually am better whenever I'm a little bit under the pressure.
Oh yeah, I mean I wrote all my papers like the day the either the night before or the morning of. Sometimes the class before they were due. I'm sitting there scribbling my paper out on a piece of paper, and like brilliant stuff is just coming out of my brain that would
But when
never
I've
have
tried it
come
the other
if I
way,
tried to do it ahead of time.
yeah, if I try to do it ahead of time, it's just like I just end up with like, ugh. It's just like,
I work very in the moment
but for
as
some
far
reason,
as
the pressure being
content, but
on
then I
does give
also
me
can
like
structure a vision
some
for long term and have
divine
it
fountain
stay a
of
certain way.
inspiration.
Present time
Oh,
is what you're
I was
talking
going to say
about,
the
Jeff.
poetry line that I was thinking.
The what line?
What happened?
Oh,
I don't know. She
oh,
was gonna.
I almost zonked out for a minute there.
Oh no, I didn't. Nothing. I didn't see anything.
It was the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. You said you were
Yeah,
gonna say a line or something.
yeah. It's one of my favorite poetry lines. It's we all dance around in a circle and suppose while the truth lies in the center and knows.
Yeah, I like that. Who is that?
I think it is. I think it's Blake, but it could be. I don't know. It could be Yeats. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, either one. Yeah, I'd like to do more poetry on here too. Maybe I'll read poetry more often.
I like poetry, but my poetry is weird. It's like James Joyce.
So this is about dreaming wide awake, huh?
It's about me being awake at 1 in the morning, and I'm talking about
Oh,
this dreaming game that we're gonna start.
Yeah, we're having dreams, daydreaming at night.
Yes, waking dreams. The Panoverse is one big waking dream.
It is,
None of these people are
and a
real
dream
in the
within.
sense of real life.
It's a dream within a dream.
I did a poem about dreaming within the dream a few years ago and put it on my channel.
That's a synchronicity. You have a channel? Oh my gosh, what is your channel?
Oh yeah, I can hang on. I can drop it.
It's in the white. Well, I
Cool.
talk a bit before, and then I do my poem.
Do you do like shorts or live streaming, like where you talk to people? Because you look kind of familiar, actually. I think I might.
I was
here.
on TML's panel. I've been on OTWs and
Yeah,
that
I'm
mess.
TML. TML is
I did
my major. Yeah, I like him.
I did go on flow states, but this was years ago. So,
So the panel verse, basically.
You're familiar with it. You're not a
yeah, but
newbie.
I don't uh you know how they like will outcast someone? They did all
Yeah,
of them basically did that to me and you know, cognitive dissonance type of attacks and stuff. So I was just mostly in chats after my encounters, bad
yeah,
vibes in there.
yeah. There's a lot of that. You really have to be like really resilient and not fall prey to their attacks, which means you can't really say what you want to say all the time, which sucks. And I think we're working on changing that a bit because I mean I don't know Jeff has his boundaries, but his boundaries are very open. And like TML has his boundaries, but he also has people that are, that hang around that will do the bullying for him in a way. I guess I don't know.
We were
He's
on
very open.
we
He's
were
very
on
open though.
panel with TML. You were on panel with me.
Yeah. How long ago was it?
Um Within the last 6 months I'd say.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember that. If my file guy will pop me up
Right.
the file, it'll pop in. I'm sure. I'm not on there all the time, so it should be relatively easy to figure it out. But we didn't have any bad interactions, did we?
No, no, no. We got along fine.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot
It
of people
was
that come
good.
in. There's a lot of people that come in and they get like it's a bad night or something, and or there's drama that is unrelated to what's going on, and sometimes it pushes people away right away, which really I really hate when that happens.
We were impressive to TML, is what I got from his reaction. He was just like, "Oh wow," you know.
Yeah, yeah, he's my brother from another mother. All of those people over there, I love everybody though. I gotta say that like up front because like no matter who it is, I'm gonna find something about them to love, and if I can't like them, then I'll just love them from afar.
Well, I don't bite. Only the ones who challenge, you know,
Yeah, that's how I am too, and
challenge my
I don't bite hard.
integrity.
Well,
Well,
see,
no.
but if you've got integrity and somebody challenges it, most of the time it's just nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's nothing
I mean,
sauce.
real integrity usually wins out over any kind of challenge because integrity is self integrity. If you're consistent with yourself,
Yep,
it doesn't matter
that is
what
the one
people
way.
challenge. That you're in control of
And, and,
whether it.
and mix it with stoicism to
Yep,
be
a little bit
stoic
of and
and
coherence with it.
integral.
I had a stoic co-host for a while. That was his kind of spiritual path, and I don't know. I tried to understand it, but I can't give up my emotions. They're
Yeah,
part of me.
I'm
I'm a
I'm
whole
very much the
person.
same.
I'm all of it.
I'm in command of my emotions, but when it comes down to it, if something is to be said for like I'm going to stand on my principles and I'm going to challenge someone I who is doing something wrong in the moment. And if I'm wrong, I will
Well,
pay for it. I realize that I have a responsibility.
stoic doesn't mean lack of emotions necessarily. It's just
But not expressing them.
Well, it's not caring about everything so passionately, maybe. That would be.
Well, how do you control that? My
Well,
passion
not,
level is what it is. That's passion is caring. I don't want to care less. I want to
Yeah,
be
I know. That's how I
passionate.
feel too. But
yeah,
you can't
but
go steer one direction.
you can't really change anybody or get through to
Yeah,
anybody, you
I
know,
don't
like,
try to.
Yeah,
right.
see,
I
that is
watch what they
stoicism.
do and then I adjust myself to them. I don't try to change people.
Right.
Everybody does that, though. Actually, a little bit. They try to influence,
I mean,
but you
What
don't
if
I'm
I'm
really.
trying to change somebody, I'm going to do it through a conversation by like telling them what my thoughts on the thing are. Then they can either agree and take that and incorporate it into some kind of or not. But that's I'm not going to force them to change. I'm just going to tell them what I notice and why I think they might want to do something different. But they
Yeah, I
have to
think you
make the
can.
decision.
I think force is definitely not something that works for very long. That's
That
not.
what the
That's what like
force? No, it
force does
doesn't.
not work.
That's why let's because the kind of change I work with is long term. Leslie, your mic is chirping or something.
It is. I don't know what's going on with that, but you got a mic.
is it okay?
Mm, That's a little bit
Is it
Here,
better.
I'll
okay
mute
now?
you. Try it again. Talk
It's
a little bit.
whenever you talk. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
It
say
just
say
seems like
How's
a
it
something.
little bit.
going?
It's still there.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
don't know what's
high,
causing
like
it.
chirpy
Let
sort
me
of.
check.
But to make lasting change, force does not work.
No, it
The
doesn't. As
person
a matter of fact, it's
themselves
gonna cause.
has to want that, like they have to see the value of the change and adopt it as a goal that they're motivated to work toward. And
Yeah,
they're going to make the change
Hello?
last. So if you want to
yeah,
be lasting
that's
change in
better
another
a little
person,
bit.
they have to be the one doing that and wanting that.
It just sounds like the machine elves are like working fastidiously in the background at wherever you are.
Oh, yeah, it is. Here, I'm going to go ahead
Well,
and mute you.
I have,
Oh,
Are you playing with the levels, Jeff,
no, I just muted her
on accident?
on purpose so we could have our
Oh,
conversation without the chirping until she figures it
okay.
out
Hmm.
because it was getting loud.
Yeah. And we have people here that are very, they have sometimes real sensitivity to that, unfortunately.
Well,
I noticed
that's
it a
their
while
problem
ago.
because I can't control people's what's going on with their technology. But that happened. That's been happening ever since I was on YouTube. The technology level. Everybody, like even me,
Now
sometimes
you're doing it. Now you're doing it.
I'm
I
doing.
hear
No,
it.
she's back. Leslie, you're gonna have to do something with your mic. It's getting too loud. I don't know what
I hate
causes
it
it.
whenever I came on and I had horrible sound. Mine
That
is not
happens
great.
so like I don't think I do a single panel without somebody having sound issues. It's just so common.
Yeah.
It's just part of the landscape here.
Yours is always good though. Why is yours always good?
I don't know. It's being held together by duct tape. I don't know how it's
That's
as good as it
hilarious.
is. I'm still trying to get out to Best Buy. But no, but Hank told me not to go to Best Buy. Don't waste my time. Just get a good one from Amazon.
I think, do you have the noise suppression on, Leslie? Because if you have the noise suppression on, you've got to close out
yeah.
the StreamYard and then open it back up. And I
Yeah,
found
try
that it's
coming
better.
off and coming back on and see if that resets it.
Or if you're on a phone device and you've had it on for a long time, just try restarting your phone and then like shutting down all the background programs and coming back on because that
Are you
helps
on a
a lot
phone?
for me.
Yeah, I'm on a phone.
Yeah, maybe try that
Yeah, that works like gold
because
at the
it's
I'll
golden
picking
go
up
thing for
out
me.
something.
and back.
Okay,
I can't leave.
It
here
should
I
let
can
you
leave you.
leave. You're so polite.
I'm hitting the button.
Oh no, it's still doing it. Oh, you're trying to leave the studio. Here, I could do that too. All right.
and then she can come back.
Yeah, maybe it'll
Yes.
reset.
Did you turn off your camera? You just muted. That's a weird picture. I've never seen that picture. I never see your icon. That's why, huh? Wow, that's interesting.
I added a few new ones. That's in Alabama. It's called Cheeha, and it's where they extended the Appalachian Trail down to Cheeha. So it's actually the beginning of the
My
Appalachian
friend,
Trail now, or you can get onto the Appalachian Trail from there. And it's the part of Alabama where the mountains start. I think it's the
yeah, my friend
Smokies
Kaylin
or the
just
Blue Ridge,
hiked.
and it's beautiful. We did a lot of
She just
climbing up
hiked the
there.
whole Appalachian Trail last spring. My friend Kaylin, and
I want to
she
do that so
documented
bad. I
the
would never
whole
come back.
thing. Yeah, I like the nature. We went camping last year at El Porvenir, and we didn't go camping this year. I wanted to go camping there again. It's so beautiful. It's like up by Montezuma, New Mexico, and Las Vegas, New Mexico, in the mountains, and it's just gorgeous. They had a huge fire up there a few years ago, and everything was just starting to grow back whenever we went up there, and it was just lush and green and
Oh,
lovely. It was lovely. And the place where we camped, they had like lots of animals. There was like goats and dogs and
like
horses
just running
and
wild?
well, the goats ran around just
Oh my
loose, but
God, that would be cool to
and
go
there were
camping with goats.
yeah, and the horses were in their own
Oh my
like
God. Oh,
area, but
yeah. Hang on. I have a picture. We were camping one time, and these wild horses just came right
oh
up to the
yeah,
car.
there's mustangs all over here in
I
New
think maybe
Mexico.
that's what they were.
Yeah,
Let me try to find it. And
that was
we
actually
started
my
taking
elementary
pictures with them.
school.
It was like a petting zoo. It was the coolest thing.
Yeah, they're like wild, but they will let you touch them, and it's like magical. It's like it's crazy. I love animals so much.
All right,
Oh,
hang on.
Kitchen
Let
is
me
sleeping. Kitchen is sleeping. He's sleeping in my laundry pile, of
look.
course. Oh, that's beautiful. That's
That
so
was like
cool.
right as we were driving up to the campsite. They just were right on the side of the road, and they just came up to the car, and we got out and started petting them.
Yeah, they're small horsies.
Are those horses?
Yeah, they're
Like just
mustangs.
regular
I think.
horses?
Yeah, they're mustangs. They look like mustangs. They might be like I don't know. They were pretty small. They look kind of ponies, like ponies. They had the thick manes like that. They might have been pony
Yeah, they did
hybrids.
kind of look ponyish.
Yeah, they could have been pony mix, a pony mutt with a mustang.
But
Who
they
knows?
ran like they kind of like trotted like horses.
Yeah, they like yeah gallop. They
Gallop.
gallop. Yep.
How's your mic?
I put it on default instead of
Yeah,
speakerphone.
It's something with the like the treble.
yeah, it's going.
When you say S's or when it picks up a high sound.
And it's like, is there a
But
fan
it
in the
is still doing
background or
it.
something? Or a heater blowing? Because sometimes that does it.
I put it
Oh
on
yeah, maybe
default.
like a fan, laptop fan.
Oh, no. Okay, I got it. How's that?
I think
That's
that
much
might be
better.
better.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
It was a
There we go.
fan.
Oh, it was blowing your words.
Yeah, it's still out here a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. Mm.
I hear a disruption when you're talking, though. So
Me? Oh wait, is it back?
Really?
Did it come back?
Oh, well, I don't have anything on except for my ceiling fan, and it doesn't make any
Yeah,
noise.
yours is bubbling just a little bit.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you on a
probably
phone?
because I'm on a phone, yeah, and my Wi-Fi is kind of far away. So if I get
I
far
mean,
away from my
it doesn't
microphone,
bother me. I can still hear you, but there's like little drop out now and then.
yeah. Will you?
It's
Did
clear
she?
to me.
What does the like button even do? I mean, I hit it on streams I go to, but it just pumps it up in the algorithm.
I always go back and hit when
I
there's,
don't even care
especially if
about the
I'm on the
algorithm. I don't
show,
rely on the
because I go
algorithm.
back and watch it.
I don't care what the algorithm's doing. I
I
want to
bet you're
find real
right.
people. I want to find channels, communities, groups, people that I can go in front of and say, "Hey, look at my channel. Come and be part of what we're doing." I don't care about a machine feeding me to
You know
people.
what I noticed though? I was watching this guy play guitar earlier, and the people that were in the chat were like saying, "Oh, play this, play this, play this," and he was just like, "I'm gonna play what I'm playing, and I'm gonna, I'm answering the questions. I'm looking at you. I'm paying attention to you, yes, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do." And I
Yeah,
was like, "That is
everybody
just
that comes to
so
these things
friggin'
feels
gangster."
entitled to things. They feel
Yeah, they're
entitled
like,
to
"Here
come
we
on a
are
panel.
now,
They feel
entertaining
entitled to
us."
be allowed to speak. They feel entitled to a certain type of content from you. And they're always trying
Yeah.
to get
Well,
what they feel like they're entitled to come here and get. And a lot of it is the channel owner, me in this case, setting the expectation for some of that. Because there's things people come here
mm.
for that they know
So
not to come here for. That they would definitely not come to my channel if they were looking for because they know I don't do it here.
that's good. So if I ever do that, please tell me. Just
If
tell
you do
me.
what?
Do not friggin' if I ever like act like that, like, and I'm unaware, you could tell me, because then I would be like, oh,
I
sorry,
usually do
oops.
if I have a problem with
Yeah, I
somebody.
know. Yeah, but I
It's
mean, like,
easier because it's easier for me if people tell me in the moment while it's happening. So I do that for
me
other people. I
too.
try to catch it
Me too.
while it's happening so we can talk about it and all be
But I,
seeing the same thing.
I think even though I know that you do that, it's important to say that, because it's between us, and I gotta like get the that's me
But
consenting
you
to
don't owe
you.
me any, like you don't owe me being a certain way or
No,
acting a certain way just because it's what I like.
no. Well, that's because I mean, that's reasonable expectations right there. I mean, you don't want unreasonable expectations. Is
I just
what
don't
I
want
think.
people disrupting my channel or hijacking it for their own drama, and you don't do that, so I never have to worry about you.
Well, good.
Right.
I'm glad, because
Cipher,
I always
yours is getting worse to me. Your mic.
The what?
Her mic is really bad on my end. I don't know.
Oh,
oh,
I
well, that
I
could
can hear.
also
Well,
be
how,
if
I
you
don't
are
know. The
running low
audience can let
bandwidth.
me know.
Is it is it for everybody? It could be if you've got too much processing going on your phone. And like I said, I always, before I go on live streams, I'll restart my phone.
See, if this was a real show, and I had a real producer, they would have someone
Oh,
that would
no.
screen calls. They would get all the audio levels checked before the person even came on, and so when they were ready to come on, everything would be equalized, and all
I
the
wonder how
guests
much
would
moose
be at the
cost.
right levels and everything. That's
I
something
wrote
I
a,
would pay a producer to do, or
yeah,
somebody in that role.
we just got to figure out how to get the capital for that.
We
We
do.
got
We're
to,
working on it. We got to get more projects going. We got to get
well,
quality collaborate. People are not going to waste their money or time investing in projects that are not going anywhere.
yeah, so
And
we got to
they
get a right,
judge where it has a chance to go by the type of people that it's attracting. So I need to be getting some quality people involved.
I think you've got a few quality people. What happened with,
I know
did
I
you,
want to build on that because if you have a few, if you have one or two, you can use that to attract more. It doesn't take a lot
yeah,
at all. And I think
well,
we
and I know
have that one or two, three that we just need to solidify something.
you were saying earlier that like Mike is doing a project or something.
Well, I had wanted him to do story night, but then he had a moment yesterday, and so I don't think that's going to
Oh,
happen.
what happened?
I
I
don't want to
mean,
keep relooping
no
it, so I
drama?
talked about
Okay,
it
okay. I'll
yesterday.
watch
People
it.
can just go watch it.
Yeah, I'll go watch it. It happened yesterday though, so I'll
Yeah,
just
it's
watch the
just the
rest of that
same
too.
pattern. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I like him a lot, but
I do
I think
too.
the things that the things that trigger him with me are things that I also that he and I both share
Yeah,
the
the shadow.
tendencies toward. Yeah, the shadow, same sort of shadow, but I think that he hasn't made the progress
Well,
that to
that you
recognize
think you
it.
should make, but you don't get to
No,
decide that.
no, no, it's not. I mean,
Oh, the
I'm just saying
progress that
that.
you made with your shadow. So you're seeing it at an
Yes,
earlier stage of development.
yeah, I see it very much so
I
like
think a
that. Where
lot of
he
people use that's what the
masculine.
scapegoat is, or the locale, which is
Yeah,
the modern scapegoat. It's to carry the shadow. They do it with Jack
yeah.
Talcott. Some people do it with me. They do it
I
with
have a little bit of that
Mike.
too.
There's other people they do it with. There's people I do it with.
Hmm.
And
We
so
all
if
have this
if
secret.
you're a shadow carrier, you can get a big audience just off of that.
Yeah, I got to do both.
Not
I'm a shadow and the
interested.
light. Say that again,
Not
Leslie.
interested in
Your mic's still
numbers.
doing its thing. Maybe it wasn't the fan, but it's becoming very distracting.
Mm. Well, let's sprinkle some fairy dust on it, see if it works.
I guess it didn't. Yeah, maybe it was the fairies because they have fairies. What is it, the Boggans that do stuff
The
like that? They
I
play
call them
pranks and interfere with like household.
the
They're the
gremlins.
fairies that at night they'll like tie your shoelaces together. So in the
Gremlins.
morning when you put your shoes on, that kind of stuff. And so maybe they're playing with the circuits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's anything that I ever say about anybody, it's not about them most of the time, it's about their behavior. Because I've come to the conclusion that everybody is good. I have to think that because I love everybody. I do get to know them, and I know their bad things and their good things, and their bad things aren't ever as bad as they're not usually. I guess I've met a few people that probably are bad people, but those people are like no longer a threat to society, you know? But because I have actually had some experiences running into bad
Oh
people.
yeah, they
But
exist. Evil
yeah,
exists. I don't know why people think it doesn't. There are bad people out there. They are
yeah.
not
But
redeemable. You do not need them
I
in your
don't know.
life, and you do not want to
It's not
fuck
my
with them.
job to
So if
redeem
you have
them.
this
That's the
innocent idea of there's goodness in all humans, you have not met these people.
well, and I think everyone is redeemable, but it's not my job to redeem all of them, you
I,
know?
it's not my job to redeem any of them.
Well, not even
I'm
you.
barely, but I'm hanging on trying to redeem my own self. I'm barely pulling it off.
Yeah. But I mean, if you could rescue like someone that you care about, if you could like ideally it's you teach them to rescue themselves.
I'm not a rescuer. Like if I
Yeah,
was
see,
a
I don't know.
lifeguard, I would sit in the chair and say, "Okay, now move your orbs this way, kick your legs. Come on, you could
But
do it. You could swim to shore."
you are an advocate though. You do like the help groups,
I do, yeah, but I do self advocacy, which is helping people find their voice. So I
Yeah,
can
that's what
advocate, like in the beginning, to model and show them how it's done. But the ultimate goal is they're going to learn to do that for themselves, find their own
yeah,
power and their own voice, and then they won't need me to go advocate all the time.
yeah, exactly. They're not becoming dependent on you. They're not
Yeah.
like yes. That's exactly what I was talking
It's
about.
more of a when my advocacy is more of a teaching them to advocate than it is. I can do the advocacy on their behalf, and I do it all the time. But
Yeah,
that's only part of a larger goal for my
yeah.
advocacy.
Well, and I think that's really important to be able to discern the difference um, between helping someone and enabling them. Because a lot of people they think they're helping someone, but they're just enabling them, and they're getting stepped on, and they
But
end up
they're
bitter.
doing it because they get something out of it too.
Yeah, but they don't
So
realize that. Yeah, because they
it's
think
like
that they're
two ego
helping.
needs getting matched up perfectly.
That's codependency, and that's not
It can turn into
healthy.
that, yeah. I'm very
Yeah,
suspicious of rescue. I talk about the drama triangle all the time: rescuer, victim, perpetrator. And the
yeah,
healthy version is instead of a rescuer, you have somebody who cares.
yeah,
And instead of a
uh,
victim, you have somebody who's suffering or struggling.
Yeah, and you have
And
to be able to
instead of
tell the
a
difference.
perpetrator, you have somebody who's assertive. And
Yeah,
so
and
if
you
it starts to become the unhealthy version, if enough people on the triangle can start shifting it toward the healthier roles, you can sometimes turn it around.
well, and triangulation is not always a bad thing too. Just like gaslighting is not always a bad thing. I gaslight myself. I have my consent to do it. As long as you don't forget, it works out really well. I just got to say that. If I gaslight myself to say, okay,
I gaslight myself all the time about people. People are never what I think they are. My brain cannot put together an accurate version
that's
of
not
people for
gaslighting yourself
anything.
though, because gaslight. Well, I guess it's ironic gaslighting maybe.
I believe stuff about people a lot of times that I know I probably shouldn't, and I do it anyway.
Well, you're capable of I think maybe sometimes we project things onto people that idealizing them maybe, or just
I
like wanting
do.
to think the best. I do that too, but
Because
I
I
think
see the
sometimes,
possibility. I see what's because I'm first of all I'm strengths based, so my eye goes right to all the stuff they're good at. What are their strengths?
yes,
And then I see the possibility and potential in those strengths. So if I'm the only one seeing that and they don't see it, then I'm seeing this whole idealized version of the person that they never even are.
yeah.
Or
So we gotta that in
and so
order
I
to
get
balance.
excited and I think that's the person, but that's not the person. That's the person that could be
They
the
could be.
person.
Yes, that could be. That's their positive potential. But there's another side to it, which is that shadow side. And the
Right.
shadow side, in order to see that, you have to develop your inner skeptic. Just a
But then
little.
that's part of my shadow too because
Yep.
when I
Yep.
see people at their at my version of their best, I expect them to be that way. Like they're not I I'm the one that's determining better and best. So when they move toward my vision of them, then they're progressing and becoming better people. And when they're not, then they're
Yep. You got that.
degenerating. But they get to determine that, not me. I don't
Yep.
get to set the vision that they live by. So when you see people that way, you're kind of defaulting them into your vision, which
Yeah.
is encroaching on their autonomy.
Well, no, it can't
And that's my
encroach on.
shadow about control and domination and all that.
That's where stoicism comes in. I think actually is that you can observe it, you can witness that in your awareness, but you don't have to. You can just be still with that, and you don't have to make
That's
it.
kind of where I'm at. I mean, it's good to be aware of it and watch it. And like if I'm doing it, if I notice that that's what I'm doing it to stop.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's beautiful. Couldn't have said it better myself.
But then I think the next stage is to find if you stop doing that, you find other ways. You find better ways to replace it with.
Yeah, because that is the best thing to do is to find because there's a vacuum, right? You have to fill it with something.
Right. Yeah, you can't not see people a certain way. So if you're not going to see them that way, or if you're going to see them
Well,
that way but not act on it or let it influence your actions, then you still have to find a way that you are going to see them.
yeah, I have a hard time not saying what's on my mind, but I had
Me
to
too.
like,
I'm finding
yeah,
out that's actually a detriment. If I'm in a
it
situation
is.
where I feel like I can't say what's on my mind, I need to look at that situation and either get myself out of it or fix it really quickly because that's starting to become a red flag. If I
Yeah.
get that feeling that I want to say this, but I don't quite feel like I can or know how to say it, that's a flag right there. Because I
Well,
should be able to just say, and I want people around me that can just say.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But the thing is, it's not always an appropriate time whenever you notice it. But if you could pause on it
Or
and
it
just
can
give
have
yourself,
consequences. If
yeah,
and
or yeah,
I
immediate
don't
consequence.
like to have to walk on eggshells to say what I have to say.
Yeah. Well, see, and I think that you're pretty like very flexible, very open. Um,
I try to be. Some people they keep calling me rigid and stubborn.
no, you are stubborn, but it's not. You don't seem
It's I
stubborn because
set, but I have no problem setting boundaries when I need to.
yeah, I know.
And when I set a very firm boundary, which is for a reason, I don't just arbitrarily set a boundary. To a lot of people,
No.
that's rigid, but that's the purpose of a boundary. It's supposed to stay in place so that the thing that it's keeping
Well, I have
on the
different
outside
kinds of
can stay
boundaries.
on the outside.
I have different kinds of boundaries, I guess, because some of them are overlapping with other people's boundaries, and some of them aren't. Some of them are hard boundaries. Some of them are permeable.
Well,
You know, it's like,
um, you other people's boundaries are not even your problem. So if they're
well, yeah, because
overlapping, oh well,
they
so
are your
what?
problem though. Because what if they're setting boundaries and you're ignoring them? They have to be your.
They
You have to
can't
be.
set boundaries for you. They can only set them for
They can
themselves.
set.
So
I know, but that's what I'm
I
saying. What
do
if your
ignore. I don't care
boundaries?
what people's boundaries are until they tell me, like, this is a boundary, don't cross it. Otherwise, I don't worry about what people's boundaries are.
Yeah. Well, how many people have you met?
Until somebody communicates to me a boundary, I don't even think about their boundaries. And
Well, how
then
does that work?
I'll know that one boundary. I'll be okay. I know this one boundary. I'll file that away, and then I'll continue to not think about their boundaries, except for that one thing.
So how
I
does
don't
that work?
babysit
Whenever
people's
let me
boundaries.
let me ask you a question then. So can I ask you a question? Because I'm asking if I can ask you a
You're
question.
asking if you can ask.
Yes, I am because I've been trying to get it out, but
I thought you'd
it's
just
not.
say what's on your mind. I didn't even know you had
Yeah, I
something
know.
loaded up.
Oh yeah, I did. And
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm about to lose it because I've
Oh
been
no,
like
well you
trying to.
get it out before it goes away. Here, I'll go on.
Uh, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It'll come back up if it's important. But it was something to do with how does that
No,
work
you have to
whenever
find it. I have no idea. It sounds like the most important thing in the world
well, I'm trying to think of it.
because it
It
was
but that
sitting there
doesn't
the whole time. I didn't know that.
it was it was and it was like okay, so other people's boundaries, how many people have you like bumped into in your life that you triggered a boundary for them and they just were like that was it? Because I get that a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say all the time.
Well, see, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I set off their boundary and it's like, boo. So I started trying to like anticipate by
Oh,
observation
and see, I
what
don't
those
mind. It
things.
doesn't. I don't. It it doesn't cause me displeasure when somebody enforces a boundary. I appreciate they're doing it. I'm like, okay, I get. Thank you for
Yeah, but people
letting
use
me know
that
that's
in
a
a way
boundary.
that is divisive too, because I've noticed, like, especially here in the panelverse, that somebody will like, they'll basically like, if you were going to go and talk or whatever, and they will cause a tension with you to keep you away, like from someone else, because they're like, oh,
I have been thinking about that lately, and it escaped my notice and didn't cross my mind, but I noticed a pattern of sabotaging relationships and connections, and I'm not even sure intentionally,
yeah, I don't think it is
to where
always
it
intentional.
isolates certain people with certain other people for their purposes.
Yeah, and they're
And I
acting
get, as
all
a community builder, I get very suspicious when someone comes in and starts trying to erode bonds.
yeah, me too, because I'm definitely for like we are stronger together.
Because that's what I'm trying to build. And so don't come in here and start unbuilding them.
Yeah, well, and I don't like whenever people are. I mean, you have to have a certain amount of shit together, I guess, to become part of communities and stuff like that.
A certain
And
amount of what?
but like, well, you have to like basically you can't just be a piece of shit all the time, like or
Well,
like
not in this
rude and
community,
negative, you
no.
know, like
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
there are some that will accept you. I could refer you to, but not in this community.
Well, there's a few people too that are like generally negative that I get along fantastically with, you know? It's like I don't understand what is it so hard, you know, people sometimes I mean, they're like they'll complain or whatever, but then they're like then they're done, you know? They don't just loop on it. I don't know. People are weird. I like them
Well,
for the
even
most
if
part.
people are looping, they're probably it's one of two things. They just don't want it. They need the thing. They're not ever going to get over it because it's their identity. Or
They're scared of
They
something.
they haven't found the person that can listen, like those levels of listening that can hear them in a way that moves them forward out of the loop. Because sometimes people that are looping can come to me and I can start getting them to move the loop in a
Yeah,
particular
I can relate that.
direction and it starts to
I,
kind of break out of that loop. But it takes a certain person that can do that, because if all you're doing is looping and that's all other people think you're doing, that's all they're going to hear every time you talk. But there's a way to
yeah,
hear, like, possibility and ways out of the loop, but the person themselves has to start becoming aware of them for it to work.
yeah.
I love our body, yo, Zephyr. Do you have a admirer slash stalker? Who is this David
What?
Wayne character?
Oh, David Wayne is nice. He's a nice guy.
The
He's not.
panels I
He's
see
not.
him on, it seems like people are usually trashing him or
Yeah.
mocking. Or like, is
Well,
he a
and
lolcow?
he handles it pretty well. So
What's
I
his
would give him.
reputation?
I think he's he's a big kitty. He's
Big
like a big
titty?
kitty. A big
Oh, a
kitty,
kitty,
not a kitty.
like
Jesus
kitchen.
Christ, Jeff.
Hell's
Yeah,
kitty.
everything. Yes,
I
yes.
heard titty.
Well,
Everything
I
about me is
know.
not titties. Trust me.
I know, but earlier you made the same thing where what did I say? And you said something else that was like,
He draws. Odin
oh,
draws with his dick.
no, with a stick.
With his dick. Right. I was not sure which one you said.
Okay, excuse me
And
while I
my
kiss this
audience, I needed to
guy.
clarify for my audience in case they were confused too.
You're the king of excuse me while I kiss this guy.
I, the king of what am I excusing? It was very
No,
ambiguous. I had to
no, I
explore
said
both possibilities. What am
it
I
was a line.
excusing?
Jeff, Jeff, it's a line from a song.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Dun, 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 dun.
From Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, but he said kiss the
Kiss this
sky.
guy. Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah, so
That's
that's why I
like
said you're the king of that.
oh, like
'Cause
yeah, maybe.
the misheard lyrics.
Yeah. Like Judy in Disguise or Judy in the Sky. And the one we had growing up was the monster eating steak.
Oh my God, what
Do
was
you know
that
what
song?
song
I've
that
never.
is?
No, I don't. I got a funny one for
Aruba,
you though after.
Jamaica. Ooh, I'm gonna take
Oh,
you to
take it
Bermuda, Bahama.
to
And one of the
Bahama.
lines is a Montserrat mistake, but we didn't know what Montserrat was. And so we
Oh, that's
kept hearing
hilarious.
monster eating steak the whole time. And it was the song about the monster eating steak.
My oldest child, whenever she was little, I used to listen to Limp Bizkit, and the Nookie song. She called it the cookie song, and she said it's so you could take the cookie and stick it in your hair, stick it in your hair. And I was like, Jazz, what are you singing? And she goes, it's just you could stick a
Her name
cookie
was
in your hair. And I said,
Jazz.
yeah, her name is Jazz, yeah.
Uh,
And I, I said, well, why would somebody want to stick a cookie in their hair? And she's like, well, I don't know. He wrote the song. She's like so smart.
you can, there's another place you could
You could
stick it
ask him.
that rhymes with cookie.
No, well, that's what it was. The nookie
Oh,
is it's ass. Stick it in your ass.
stick a cookie in
That's
your
how that.
ass?
No, you can take.
Stick a cookie in
You've
your
never heard
nookie.
that song. You've never heard that song.
Where does the cookie go? No, I've never heard stick the cookie in your ass. I'm surprised I haven't, but it has
I
not made
did it
its
all
way into
for the
my
nookie.
world
So
yet.
you can take that cookie and stick it in your ass. Stick it in your
Who?
ass.
That's a human
It's like
lyric or AI wrote that?
no, it's a real lyric, but I think it's like it's he's dissing her, telling her that she can take her pussy and stick it in her ass. It's mixing metaphors
How do you
inappropriately, but
do that?
well, that's why it's
My,
metaphorical.
you're hurt. I think the tower is happening right now in my brain. You are collapsing my brain.
I'm sorry. It'll be
What kind of, this is,
minimizing.
it's not even fucked up on a sexual level, it's fucked up on a reality level. What kind of song is this? This is
I
what
did
kids
not
are
write
listening
it.
to? They're gonna be so
You'll have
messed up.
no, they won't. Don't worry about that. Listen to all the songs that you grew up on and all the weird shit
None
we
of them
watched on
had
TV.
me sticking a pussy in an ass. How do you even do
But
that?
it wasn't. you didn't understand it as bad, obviously, because jazz didn't. Because it was a metaphor. It softened the
For
blow. It did not
what?
do the damage. I don't know. It's art, I guess.
It's really messed up art. I guess that's what art's supposed to do, like disrupt your sensibilities, but it sure
Yeah, well,
is.
and I don't know that Fred Durst is all that
That
aware of
might have
an
ruined my
artist.
whole day. That might have canceled out all of those cards that you read.
No, it didn't. You're so
I'm gonna
gonna
have
do
that
that.
image in my head at work now.
It's not a real thing, though, Jeff. Stop it.
I'm gonna be trying to figure out how you get one inside the other.
Well, then
You don't know
you
what it
don't.
does to a spurg. We're not good
What?
with that.
You should just draw a picture of it then, like
I don't
whatever you
want to.
imagine.
That makes it even worse. That's not how you get over trauma.
That's how
That's how
I
you
do it.
add more
I
trauma.
express it. No, I express it and then it's out. It's done. That's how I do it. We all do it differently. But apparently that's not how you do it. So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to do it. Sorry. Oops. I did not do that
I'm just gonna
intentionally.
ask my coworkers.
Yeah, that's a
You
good.
know that
I
cookie
mean,
song? How do you fit that inside of
yeah,
the other
yeah. Explain
thing?
these lyrics to me. Do you know this song? Would you
They'll
please
know. They'll
explain it?
probably know better than I do.
Yeah, yeah. Get them to explain it. That
I
sounds like
definitely
a
don't.
lovely idea. And then you can tell us on story night what happened.
Oh right, okay. I have the story of the. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Tonight is men's mental health night, support night. So
So I won't be here.
show up, men. Nope, not unless you're a man. You can support from the chat.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm
that's
not
good.
100% ruling it out, but it's going to be determined by the men that
I
show up in the
appreciate that I
panel.
can
So
come. You know, I used to go to
if they
men's.
want a non-man to come on, then they can collectively decide that.
Yeah, I like that you keep it just a little bit open
But
because I
I
mean,
do
I
want it
used to
to be a
actually.
container for
Yeah, it's good.
male stuff, issues,
I'm
energy.
a little bit masculine, I think, because I don't seem to really trigger you the way that a lot of, I think,
You're probably
assertive.
psychologically masculine.
I
I
am,
am too.
I think.
That's part of the
Well, and I
problem.
think, yeah, but we don't fight with each other though. Like I
No,
was able
because
to confront
men
you
know
about
how to give
things.
each other space and not fight.
Yeah, well, and we have respect between us. I think that is the most important thing.
Right, and they yes, exactly. And they know how to not cause unnecessary bullshit.
Yeah, but they don't know how to do that with girls at all.
Now, I don't know how to do it
I'm
with
just
girls
saying.
either, because they seem to be the one causing it,
Well,
are always reacting to it in a
perhaps,
way that
perhaps,
might as well be
perhaps.
causing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from the societal programming and the imbalance there
Women are
with that.
programmed.
Everybody is programmed, Jeff.
I'm not programmed. Everybody
Oh,
is not programmed.
how
Are
did you
you
escape it
programmed? What are you
then?
programmed about?
Well, I was programmed for lots of things. My dad was always telling me that I was stupid and I couldn't do math and things like that. And
But
you
you didn't
take
have
those
to
things to heart.
listen. People tell me that
As a
too, but
kid,
it didn't
as a
program me because I
kid,
never believed any of it.
I uh, I idolized my dad and I took everything that he said to heart. He was my best friend
So
until
you
I was a
programmed
certain age.
yourself.
How is that programming myself?
You
I was a
believed what somebody
child.
told you.
Yes, I was a child, and yes, it did teach me
Are you
something,
not responsible for your? At what age are you in
but I
control
was
of what you
programmed.
believe or not?
Well, whenever I figured that out, but it was a hard, long road because society programmed me. Some people don't
You said
deprogram
your
themselves.
dad.
Like, yeah, he programmed me, but now I have moved all
Like
of those
growing
buttons,
up,
disinstalled them.
I had all kinds of people telling me what to believe from every direction. TV, life, church, school,
Yeah, I
everything.
know
I
it's
didn't
not an
believe every
excuse.
single thing people told me to believe. I sat through and decided which ones made sense and which ones I wanted to believe.
Well, lucky you.
So
That's
I was
great.
part
I'm
of the
glad.
process. There's no way somebody can believe every single thing that they get exposed to
No,
every day.
but we are all programmed in some ways.
Not
You
me.
just may not be aware of it. Everybody is. We are not free, really, but we get told that we're free and we feel like we're free because
I feel pretty free, and I'm not
if
aware
you're
of. I
free,
don't know what
if
the
you're free,
programming
then
is.
if you're free, then how come you can't just like walk across the border to Mexico and or just like, why can't you just go where you want in the world.
I
You have
can
to have
walk out of
someone.
my house right now and go anywhere, and then I
Why
can get
can't
my
you?
car and go even more places.
Yeah. Why do you have to pay for your registration? Why do you have to pay for insurance? Because somebody
That
told you
doesn't
to.
stop me from going places. So you want to be
I
able to go
know.
places for free and not have any
No, I
kind of
don't.
regulation,
No, I don't. I think that it's
which
good to
is the
be
part,
responsible.
the responsibility part, the part that connects you to a larger community of people,
No, I do
where
that. I do that anyways.
you have to fit what you want to do in a larger network of what other people want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So y'all
But it's
sound
like,
like just whiny little brats that want to be able to drive
no,
wherever you
no,
want with no
no.
license, no
I
insurance,
could
no
do that
registration,
anyways.
and fuck the
I could do that.
consequences for everybody
No,
else.
I could do that anyways. That's the whole point, is you could do it anyways. But it's like, I think it's unreasonable because it holds certain people back. There should be like some sort of like,
Who? It's
because whenever,
unreasonable to require a driver's license?
no, it's not. But I also think if they're going to do that, why not have like children licenses? You know,
Well,
I suppose.
they maybe in the future, but we're talking about cars right now. So, like, should
Yeah.
we
Well,
not have any kind of license at all because we don't have children's
why?
license yet?
Well, what about this? I live on a street that the city does not maintain, the county does not maintain. There's never any maintenance here on the street. But I
Because you
pay
live in New
property
Mexico.
taxes. But I pay property taxes. So what am I paying for?
I don't know. What is the property tax for?
Yeah, that's a good question. But
Well,
I'm
that's a
required to pay
local
it.
issue. Like, go call your council
Yeah,
person or whatever and ask them.
I know. And
But
that's like taking
none
the
of like
government
you.
on.
Does that stop you from going where you want to go because you pay property taxes?
No, but it does like allow them to be nosy and tell me what I can do on the property too. Like if there was like a the Bonneville is sitting out there and it's wrecked, they could say, like, you need to haul it away, and it's like, but it's on my property, and it's like not in a place that anybody can really see it unless they're nosing over my fence.
So you want to have junky cars on your new front yard?
That's fine. I like need I like you I reuse stuff. I like make things out of trash,
Well,
all
just
sorts of
tell them it's
stuff.
art. Say it's
Yeah,
my
well,
art. Leave it alone. But
you
that
have
kind of
to.
stuff is local as well. It depends, like, because
It
there's
is.
some locations where it's not policed or monitored, and usually the closer it gets to urban, it becomes a little more regulated.
Yeah, well, see, and I'm
Even
like,
the city I lived in, there was this old lady that had junky cars, and she would let trash pile up in her yard until you couldn't even walk to her
yeah, we
front
don't do
porch.
that.
And every
We don't
year,
do
the
that.
cops would have to come and clear it out and force her to clear it out because
There's a
it
difference
violated a
between
local, or
hoarding.
you could not have a certain amount of trash pile up in your front yard, even
Yeah,
if it
that's a
was her
hoarder.
property.
Yeah, hoarding is different for sure.
Well, how is it different than junky cars?
Because I can actually, the car isn't really
It brings
damaged,
down
the
property
body of the
value.
car,
Nobody wants to live around your
but
trashy yard or your car,
everybody,
your property with old junk,
what do you mean
pile
nobody
of junk in
does?
front of it.
Everybody else on the street is the same way, but sometimes they hassle certain people and not other people.
They hassle the people that are bringing property values down.
Well,
And
they
if
don't
I owned
hassle
property,
me.
that's the people I would want them to be hassling.
Yeah, they're not hassling me, but I see them hassle other people that don't have issues too.
Oh, yeah, I don't worry about that. If they're hassling other
I'm just,
people, that's not Jeff.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on with those other people.
yeah, I know that's how you are, and that's probably good actually.
I mean, and it's not like I'm not a nosy neighbor, because I am. I just I know when to step in and when to stay out.
Do your neighbors like invite you over and stuff?
No,
Like, never?
I don't even. Actually, here I don't know my. I live in a building. I don't know any of my neighbors.
Oh,
I
yeah.
barely know my
I
roommate.
like all of my neighbors. There's a bunch of them that are like probably like Mexican cartel. I don't know for sure, but I've been invited over for holiday stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point, IG. Because if her whole street has junky cars, if she's not doing anything out of the ordinary, then they should have enough political power to make junky cars be legal.
yeah, it's getting the people to
Right.
not
It's
just
using
capitulate because they
using your power,
capitulate.
and you have a vision. You have to go out and advocate for it and sell other people on your vision. And if you do that skillfully, you'll have the support you need to get your junkie cars legalized so that they'll stop harassing you over it.
The thing that I don't understand though is how come there isn't anywhere that people can live and there it's like that, like where you don't have to like.
There's plenty
What?
in Louisiana at least there's plenty of like land that's out in the middle of nowhere that's not under any jurisdiction. In fact, where I was born, like the whole that part of Louisiana for a long time was no man's land, where it actually didn't even have a government because two countries were fighting over who even owned it. So it became this. They didn't know where to draw the boundary. So it became a literal no man's land with no government, no
And what is
enforcement.
it, like
And
a
to this day,
swamp?
they have like the Freedom Festival that celebrates it.
And it's not just a swamp, because I don't want to live in a swamp. I'm a desert
A
dweller.
swamp.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
like
like a
swamp slash woods.
lagoon.
But I mean, now it's part of Louisiana. But for several, probably over 10 years, it they couldn't decide who ruled it, and so all of the outlaws, all of the people that were like looking to escape from society, and then the pirates, Jean Lafitte too, and the pirates,
Yeah,
they
I have
all
some
moved into
pirates.
that area, and it became
I,
this no man's land ruled by rebels and outlaws.
that's funny because I have some pirates in my ancestry. Interesting. I go, R.
Wait, what? 15? What? Wait, what? What was that, Fatty? Obama was buying junky cars.
Well, we have 2 cars in our yard now, but one of them is getting fixed. Slowly over time, we have to replace the entire front end because Dan wrecked it.
Is it just the front yard? Can y'all have them in the back?
Well, the house is in the middle of the property, and it's up on. It's basically we had to like use the come along and pull it up on top so we could get underneath it. So it's like in a very, it's in the front corner behind the like where the mailbox is, but you can't see it. You can't see it because there's a fence and it's a solid fence.
Well,
It's
somebody
not
saw it
bothering.
because they dinged you for
No,
it.
no, no, they didn't actually.
Oh,
They
I
could.
thought
They
they.
could. No,
So
that was
this
a
is not even an
rhetorical.
actual situation that's
No, it was
happening.
a
It's just
rhetorical.
something you worry that could happen, and that's what keeps you
No,
from feeling like you can't go anywhere.
no, it's happened to other people on the street. Like, and I know my neighbors.
They said, "Hey,
So
you have a junky car in your yard. Get back inside. You can't come out today."
no, they basically like made them like enforced, or they're gonna get a fine or get their property taken away. Like it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that's part of living in society. When humans come together at a certain scale, which is what the U.S. is, or even like a state or a city, you need a certain level of regulation to make it all work. Just like traffic, you need traffic laws to make all the cars run smoothly together.
But I don't think that
People
the
that have a
level.
problem with that or complain about it, I don't know what world they grew up in as kids where that like how do you have the
I'm
civilization you have without all of that stuff?
the same way it was before all that stuff came.
Like trading shells and
No,
beads
it
and
wasn't that long
stuff.
ago. You're like under the assumption that we've been civilized like the
We've
Wild
had
West.
God, at least since the Greeks and the Egyptians and the Romans, we've had some kind of order to society that we had to follow. Like the Code of Hammurabi was one of the first
Yeah, there was the Wild
like
West though. What happened there?
law, like bodies of law that we uncovered. And how long ago was that? So how far back are you talking about where we didn't
I'm
have
talking like
regulation?
maybe the last couple 100 years. I mean, like we're just now like getting to where certain like
We have
women couldn't vote.
regulation.
That was like that's not. I know, but civilization, like it's still more before the law. Was it even who was it even a crime? Like before people came up with law, how much crime was there?
Well, no, because crime is a legal concept.
So why would we invent the law if there wasn't crime?
Do what?
So if it's a concept, there was no crime before law.
There was something before law. It just wasn't called crime, but there was a phenomena before law.
Mm.
And law came along and classified it and categorized it into crime and misdemeanor and whatever the other categories are. And then we as a society all agreed, okay, that sounds good to
We?
us. These are the
When did
rules
it
that we're
happen?
going to use for our society.
Okay, so when did that happen? When did it was
It
before
it
I was
happened
born, right?
if you know history, it happened over stages. Some of it started with Greeks. They were the first to kind of pilot the idea of democracy in some of the first democracies, and then you had the Enlightenment, like the revolutions and all that. And then in America, you had the American Revolution. It started with the Constitution, and that went through several versions. And you had the Bill of Rights, and then you have the state law. So it was a gradual process decided by many, many, many people over many, many, many generations.
Okay, and
So there was
how?
no one person that just snapped their finger and said, "This is the
No,
law I've decided."
no, but
And
so
you're part, because it's a democracy, you're part of a process that can influence and change any of that at any time. It's a work in
yeah.
process, in progress.
Hmm.
So the power
It
is
doesn't
with you.
seem as
Whether you
easy
want
to
to
change
own it
the
or take it
process.
or step into it or use it, that's up to you. But in a democracy, the power is with the people, and you are one of those people.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen it? Like Texas, they have like
Hey,
I
Mirror.
watched this It was like a live. Basically, it was like basically a documentary because it took like several days and they had to edit it because it was so long. But they were going to the Texas Congress or Senate or whatever. It's like they're where they're passing bills, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, like the
And
legislator.
yeah, and so there's like certain things that are coming up onto the docket to be heard, basically, and people can come in and like speak on their whether they want them to be or not. Some of it is politicians speaking, but as a member of the community, they basically will notify you whenever there's something of interest if and you can go down there and you just wait for them to like call you for your turn to speak. Like
Hmm.
sometimes there's like, quite a few people that want to speak on something. It's kind of like a city hall type of thing.
They have that
Well,
here too, but they do it through Zoom, so you can do it from your home.
yeah, see, and that would be great. But it's like most people that are like concerned citizens are not going to
And
have the
that's
amount of
not the only
time.
way to do it. That's just one avenue to have your
Yeah,
voice heard.
but they follow these. They basically made a film of them doing this, and they talked to the people that were there to do it with them, like that came along and stuff like that. And most of them had to leave to go back to work, like before it ever even came up. And they postponed it quite a few times, and it's like it's
That's
really
just like
illustrated
poor
how
organization
ridiculous.
planning.
Well, and that's yeah. You're gonna have to watch the documentary. I'm gonna have to send
But
it to you.
here in
Like
Washington, they have, you can go anytime they have a bill, you can go on the website, you can leave comments, you can email they have the names of the reps on the bill, you can, and their emails, you can email them. There's all these different ways to have your public comment recorded on the record that it was
are you in
received.
a medium size or larger city
I mean,
right
it's
now?
Seattle, it's Washington State. Seattle's
Oh,
part
yeah,
of it.
okay, Seattle, that's great.
It's the whole
So
state. It's a state system.
we've been having a really bad problem with fentanyl and homeless people. Have you guys been having that too?
Oh, yeah. Seattle worse, but it's starting to show up here and trickle here.
Yeah, it's really bad here, like really bad.
I showed a video on my stream. I was coming back. I was going to the grocery store, and they had some fentanyl zombies standing on the sidewalk with their groceries.
They're
Like it
humans
was
though
like
too,
performance art, like they were mimes just standing there. And I went to the
but they're not.
store and I walked back. So it was like 45 minutes later. They were in the same exact position with their groceries
Yeah,
on the sidewalk at the same place. And this was like probably 10 or 11 in the morning, broad daylight, middle of the day.
Yeah, I
in a
know.
residential neighborhood.
Whenever I work downtown, especially, there's usually it's in the like peak time where people go downtown, so there's a lot of homeless people there because they go to beg. And but me being a busker, I am kind of in between them and the public too, so I have to basically I'm in their house because they live on the sidewalk. And so I'm sort of like I'm I have to run by their rules, and I also have to run by the rules of the people that are like the business owners and the public that is patronizing the businesses and things like that. So I get a unique perspective on that. And I've had like people come up to ask me if they could borrow my lighter and start smoking drugs right in front of me. And I'm like, dude, take the lighter, go
They're
down the
homeless
street.
for a reason. It
Well,
if not by choice, it's for reasons.
I think they're a symptom of
They
a
don't work
bigger
off of the same
problem.
social norms that I would work off if you approached me in public.
Well, and a lot of them are veterans with
And I'm not
PTSD.
saying much about mine either, but
Yeah.
yeah, but
Well, you don't
I
have
I
to.
happen to know because I've worked in them. But there are resources for all that, and
Yeah.
they usually know that there are resources too. There's rarely a veteran homeless on the street that doesn't know that there's something out there for veterans.
Yeah, they've done some really cool. There's been people that have cruised through Albuquerque and went like in the really densely homeless uh, areas.
And see,
And
that's completely different from Steve, who is choosing a nomadic lifestyle,
yeah, that's great. I
and
love
he's
nomads.
he's he's doing it with intention. He's embracing it. It's who he is. It's how he wants to live. That is completely
That
different than
it is.
being a junkie, mental illness, having a personality disorder to where nobody can stand to be around you, so you don't have no choice but to be homeless, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
Steve's type is very, very rare. The majority of the homeless are the problem type. And
Yeah, I agree.
Steve, I
But
love
there's a
Steve. I
lot
have
of them
no
that are.
problem at all with Steve's type of homeless. I support that. I support you, my brother.
My friend Zach is like that too. He lives in Sedona, and he's like he works at Apotheca, and he does like roller disco and stand up
Yeah,
comedy
I mean
night. And
I mean, I'm tempted to. It sounds like it's a fun way to live a life, but that's a
I'm gonna
consciously
travel.
chosen lifestyle, and that's different from the kind of homelessness that shows up in the cities here.
Yeah, I
And they
think that
did
you're right. But
studies. I was part of the survey. They did it's like 80% substance use and 20% mental illness, something like that. So the majority by far is drugs.
yeah, well,
So,
and
or
that's something that
mostly a
they've.
combination. Drugs slash mental illness was the big intersection. But drugs were the if you could somehow get the drug part under control, the rest of it was much
Well,
much less
I
in
think that's
proportion.
the problem is they're trying to control the drug part, and I know that you're probably going to disagree with me, but I think teaching the people to control their drugs is probably a better idea. To be in control if they're going to, go there.
Are you much optimistic about that from what you see? Because I'm not.
Um,
Like they'll
I'm
finally
not
be able to
necessarily.
carry their groceries home.
Well, no, I think that there's tactics that you can use. It's like I mean I'm a shaman, and I have done many like not legal substances in my life, and I'm not like a total like burnout. I don't like every day, I don't. I treat people kindly. I take care of myself. I take care of what I need to do, and I'm a responsible person. I've never been in trouble for any sort of violent crimes, uh, or even property crimes. So it's like
You sound
I
pretty
don't
law
know.
abiding for the panelverse.
Yeah, I am. I was in jail once for unpaid tickets, 12 hours. Um, but it was no insurance ticket. Now I was speeding.
Well, speaking of being a responsible person and all that stuff, I'm gonna have to start doing that myself.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wind down, and I'll be out tonight for the men's thing. We're gonna do our first official week Monday, men's Monday. So if you're a man and you're struggling, or you just want to hang out with other men and connect, show up tonight and help us
And
make
if
it
you're not a
happen.
man, you can hang out in the chat.
Yes, and cope and seethe. No,
Yeah,
I'm
and
just kidding.
observe.
There's room. I support a positive femininity as well. I wish women would discover their unique special power as women and start to leverage that and build on that, and I support that.
Yeah, me too. It's
Oh,
cool.
cool,
Uh,
David. Well, we'll see you then. It'll be
well,
probably it. Usually, I'm on the West Coast for 7 o'clock Easternish, sometime in the evening after work. So I'll see everybody for then. Jeffrey, do you have anything you want to say on your way out? And then I'm going to play that Virgo Rising video that Moose
yeah,
did for me since we're moving into Virgo.
I'll
And
just say in closing that I love you, Jeff. You're great, and you always are willing to talk about the things that are hard to talk about sometimes, and I
don't
appreciate that about
idealize
you.
me. Yeah, I am willing to
No,
talk.
I'm
As
not.
long as it's not like advertiser unfriendly, I am
I
willing to.
don't just idealize. I'm very skeptical. I think we
Okay,
can
good,
all
because I
become
am
better.
too, of my own self.
I'm not glazing you, as they say. You're not
Yeah,
a
I've been
donut.
glazed enough.
Yeah, I'm not a glazer. But anyways, I do truly love you, and I like you too. You're nice, and we'll talk to you later. See you later. Have fun. Blessed day
Well,
to
you
you.
too, and thank you for the cards. I'm going to
Yeah, no
try to
problem. Of
keep
course.
those in mind and forget about the other thing.
Tell your friends, and if you tell your friends to get readings from me, I don't charge
Zephyr,
much.
the cards she did to me today that were so positive. Um,
That's only a
she
3 card
she
reading.
can
I
do
don't
that
do
for
those
you. So
online usually,
reach out to her. Here,
but I
I'll drop the
will,
channel
depending. Yep, it's awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm
if
also
I can
like,
find
I've
it.
got a SoundCloud. It's Zephyr1369 on SoundCloud. T- I could use somebody to listen and tell me if my music is totally sucky or if I should like stop doing it. Because well, maybe not, because
If
I
they
just
thought it
really enjoy
sucked,
it.
you would stop doing it.
No, I'm
Oh,
just joking, but I would have opinions on it
I know
anyway.
my music sucks. I do
And
it
I can
anyway.
handle. Yeah, but I want to improve it, and I don't know if it's good or not. And I feel like it's good, but it's good to get different inputs. I'm go listen to it, please. Somebody. It's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, artists do need that though. They grow from that creative feedback. I know many artist
Yeah.
friends that, in fact, during lockdown, when some of them couldn't get that, they didn't know how to do their art. They're like, I'm working in a vacuum. I don't have my people I can normally go to and bounce things from. I don't know what to do by myself, locked in my house.
I like to give it away. I just like to give it away, and if nobody wants it, then I have to recycle it somehow.
God, I'd love to be able to give it away. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, it was good to see you, and we'll see you again. Not tonight because you're
Okay.
not a man, but we'll see you at some point. Maybe in the chat.
Alrighty. Yes, sir. Peace out.
All right, take care. Love. All right, I'm gonna close with this video from Moose that he's doing a series on my birth chart, and I'm Virgo rising, so this was the first one he did, and Virgo is the sign of it's ruled by Mercury, so it's the critic, it's the noticer, the observer, the intellect, the one that gathers the data and classifies it into information and patterns and all of that. And so that's kind of what the video is about, but that underneath it all, for me personally, astrologically, because I'm Scorpio as well, is this deep, raging beast trying to rise. And so enjoy the video. This is the work of artist Moose. And I will be back tonight for men support, supporting men. I'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Here go Moose.
For degrees the line is drawn. The mask is set to greet the dawn. Begin the sequence. Map the edges, sort the stream. Awaken logic in a dream. Each component clean and bright, set against the coming night. This earthly plane, this measured grid, where every imperfection's hid. But this quiet, steady hand is built to manage and command a sleeping power, core and deep. The secrets that the surface keep, every detail on the list, tames the darkness, the abyss. Pluto on the self resides, controls the turning of the tides. A pressure building from within, a constant need to shed my skin. This need for order, sharp and fast, is how I make the vessel last. And Lilith's ghost, a wild design, a glitch that lives between the lines. A primal code I must refine, make the dual message shine. Because this quiet, steady hand is built to manage and command a sleeping power, core and deep. The secrets that the surface keep, every detail on the list, tames the darkness, the abyss. Tames the darkness, the abyss. The stage is clean, the plan is set, but the pressure's rising.